giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
So leave one on. Go ahead and hit one up here again.
This is Brian Bolton. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
I'm returning to Clinton Parish, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Parish, we take the pain out of being hurt.
Oh wait, I gotta add this thing into it too.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell them mama hungry.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Man, what I do with that
Well, you're live, so you might want to do that after.
Oh, what's happening, man? That one but one commercial. What in the heck is going on? What's happening, fam? What's happening, fam? Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. This is your host, DVP. I got caught slipping. I was trying to watch the football game, but my producer snuck me right quick. Ain't that nothing? How y'all doing today? It's the 2nd of December. We got like 28 more days left in this year. Ain't this been a hell of a year, y'all? We got a president who don't want to be president, don't want to leave. We got another incoming president that some of y'all mad about, thinking that we looking for a savior. And I don't know how to vote for POTUS ever got to be a vote for a savior. I'm just trying to understand what the hell is y'all talking about. But what I do know is if somebody save you from a situation, technically they are a savior. And if you think this situation we don't need saving, then y'all might need to reconsider some good shit. Cause I know, I'm gonna make it personal for y'all. If I was in an abusive relationship, the next chick that came along and got me out of that, well, technically, she's my savior. I mean, I'm just thinking that's kind of how that whole thing works. But y'all on y'all own little thing, so I don't know. Y'all have to clue me in. But today, like I say, is the 2nd of December. I got me a little crew with me. I ain't gave them a whole lot of heads up on what the show gonna be about, but we're gonna talk about rights and wrong for business, love, and life. Cause I'm confused about some of this madness that y'all got going on. I'm confused, and maybe it's cause I'm old. Hold on, did that brother break out a whole plate? Did I miss? Jess?
I think he's talking about you.
Ain't no peace signs, brother. Jessica, did you make him some food? That brother broke out a whole plate. No. He broke out a whole plate like we couldn't see that shit. That's so foul. Bro, we know who we blocking first. All right, well, let me say first up, hello to my guests, Alfonso, Ju, Lee, Wanda, what's going on? Tam, what's up, Tam? All my super Pete. What's up, Terry? I don't even know why you on the wrong page, but I'm gonna let you have that. Tangible, y'all need to click on the link up top, come to Random Thoughts with DVP. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But we're going to discuss the rights and wrongs for business, love, and life. So I done gave my little quick monologue about what y'all should and, what I'm thinking. Because what y'all do is what y'all do. And you know what? That's the first thing we got to stop doing, trying to make people think like we think. Everybody's life ain't the same, But we're going to start off with a little humor at first. Because Jessica tried to get me kicked off of Facebook. And Jessica's one of my favorite people. She likes to cook, which is an oxymoron since I'm really not a big eater. But Jessica, she liked to cook, and she almost got Trina in the doghouse because Trina's supposed to make me some fish at 2 a.m. after I've been driving the truck for 24 hours or something. So I got Jessica here. She gonna tell y'all about some of the sweet stuff she make. Jess, you got anything to show the audience when we flash to you, or you just been busy working, saving lives? You ain't had time to get people fat.
I have this pineapple upside down cake sitting on this table right here, but the way my kids have destroyed it, that's not good advertisement. So,
but hey, and actually, the best advertisement is that it's half gone because that means it was good.
Right. I mean, they have killed this cake. Yeah. So I haven't had a slice yet. As much sweets as I bake, I really don't eat them like that. But the kids have killed this cake.
Juice say they want to play. So what I'm gonna do is see if I can type in your link. But what we're gonna talk about, like I said, yeah, that's what we're gonna start. We're gonna start off with a little calmness first. Jess was talking about. Just give a scenario about this cake right quick.
About this cake or the fish?
The fish. I'm sorry.
Okay. So the situation was, I have a friend who was coming out of town. Well, at the time we had a label. We were together. He was coming out of town and he comes in and he already tells me, hey, he wants me to make him a meal. He comes in out of town around 1 o'clock in the morning. He travels all the time. So sometimes he's gone out weeks at a time. He doesn't get these home cooked meals like he wants to. So I had made a post to ask women, hey, if your man comes home at 1 o'clock in the morning from working and you're good, your bills are paid, and he asks you to get up and cook him a meal at 1 a.m., would you do it? And for me, yes, I got up and I cooked that meal. My mortgage and my car note is paid. So yeah, you're going to get this fish today.
And I think what got lost in translation is where does he live?
He was coming from North Carolina.
Right. So this ain't an everyday guy that's around. So I think part of that got lost. But somewhere in the midst and in between, people got kind of offended. Cause some dudes, Jessica was doing it out the goodness of her heart, but some dudes seen it wanted as a prerequisite to having a slave/wife/partner. I ain't sure. But one of her friends kind of got into his feelings, and I think he was ready to Facebook fight me. Y'all know how that go. I like to give out addresses. I tell you where I am.
He got upset. It's definitely not an everyday thing. Not an everyday thing. This is something, he been on the road for a while. Okay, I get it. You tired of eating McDonald's. I'll get up and make your food.
Right. And, that was just a her thing. And so the question was, ladies, if your man been out working all night long and he coming in at 2 a.m, are y'all going to get up to make him some fish? I want to make sure we got this dish right now. It's fish.
It started out as chicken. So basically, it started out as chicken. I said, so someone said, oh, well, I would have already made it. I said, okay, let's say you make it. And he gets there and say, you know what, boo? I've been on the road the whole time, been eating a bunch of pot pies, but I could really use that fish you got thawed out down there. Would you get back in the kitchen to make sure he had that fish?
Twice. Okay.
So, ladies, what y'all think? Would y'all get up and make this fish? Fellas, would y'all ask y'all woman to make some fish?
Tan says she'd do it. She got somebody? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Taking applications, Roy?
What? You didn't know?
Oh, you taking lots of them. I got you. You, bro.
Man.
Hey, I'm just, like I said, for me, I ain't a big foodie, so it ain't that big a deal to me. I would have just stopped at Burger King or and grabbed me a bite to eat. But, hey, I appreciate, now don't get me wrong, there are times when I've been out, trend up and she said, do you want something to eat? That's fine. And I think that's the way Jessica was presenting it. But then, some of the conversations it just seemed to me they went kind of misogynistic about what a woman got to do or supposed to do. And I'm like, man, a grown man gonna eat when a grown man hungry. If you waiting for somebody to get up and fix you something to eat, see, I ain't gonna never ask no sleepy woman to cook for me. I damn sure ain't finna wake a woman up and tell her to cook for me. Because what you gonna get is some fried cardboard. And I'm just not a fried cardboard lover. But that's just me. So, but
very possible.
Yeah, she wake up and she talking about your mama and your dad and all kind of people. I don't want all of that. So
man,
go ahead.
It's always good to get a good hot meal. I understand about the hours. What Jessica said is that all the bills were paid and things like that. So the brother is doing what he's supposed to do as far as providing. And if all you going, and I think y'all might even say if you was up, if you wasn't up, whatever, but going that extra mile, and I'm sure, after you eat, some other things may happen. So it'd be a good time for everybody.
Well, I'm just thinking for real, if you've been gone that long, after you eat, some things gonna happen, but ain't no one gonna be in the kitchen. But that's a whole nother story.
Right,
they might be in the kitchen.
That's a whole nother. Yeah, that's an after dark show.
They might be in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's the after dark show.
They might be in the kitchen.
I ain't going over, so y'all ain't finna get me in trouble like that.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you.
So, and like I said, that's one of the, as we discussing it, rights and wrongs for love and life. Because if that's what you do, that's what you do. But do it out the goodness of your heart. I think Jessica, she cool. She make a lot of foods that's gonna make you gain a lot of weight real quick. So I just look at them and weigh it. Cause she made a banana pudding for Trina that she sucked up like moonshine. I gained 5 pounds with it in the car. And I don't even like banana pudding, but I just picked up 5 pounds with it sitting in that mason jar next to me. So I put a link up. Her page is a conversation LLC, and she spelled conversation almost like it sounds. But I'm gonna let her tell y'all about that a little bit later. But again, the thing is about what's right and wrong for her. What we can't say what she should or shouldn't do, because y'all know for the longest I was a straight vampire from like 12 to 5 in the morning. I used to be wide awake. So if you dealt with me, then yeah, I would want something to eat then. Because if you cooking for me like at noontime, I ain't getting nothing but some Z sandwiches because I didn't like being woke. So, but that's one of them things where people can't get into their own feelings and start telling everybody what they got to do. So, but what I really want to talk about is this restaurant. That's why I got Jess here. Jess is a business owner. Roy's a business owner. Lila's a business owner. Trina is somewhere lurking.
Just sent the message in.
Yeah, I see it. And I wanted to talk to some business owners about how we run business, how we do business, and it's still a right and a wrong way to do business. Because one, I hate this is one of the things I hate. I hate when something happens at a black business and the first thing people say, oh, if it would have been white customers, they wouldn't have did that. And I always ask what white customer got away with it, because we love to compare our wrongs to white people. Wrong is wrong. And to my white viewers, understand this. I ain't got nothing against y'all, but wrong is wrong. And I hate when we compare what would have happened to white people. Because what does that got to do with anything? If I got a business and I don't want something, I don't want it. Jessica got a business. She make food for people. And I'm sure for the most part, she ain't got no personality. As long as these people paying, she don't care. But when they start making extras, man, can you make your pineapple upside down? Can you put some pinto beans in it? Can you do this after the fact that they want to start acting ignorant? It ain't nothing to cut them off. And I think what we miss is when people who have successful businesses, and a successful business is what we think, not what you think. Jessica, right now, she ain't trying to be Golden Corral. She ain't trying to feed the country. She trying to take care of what's going on here. Do you ship food, by the way, Jessica?
Do I share my food?
Yeah, no, do you ship it like to North Carolina or Tennessee or something like that?
I think it froze up for a second. Yeah. What was the question?
Do you ship your food like to other states?
No, I've been asked by a lot of people if I actually ship. I haven't gotten into shipping because along with my business, I still do work full time. So trying to cook and actually get it to the post office and stuff and shipped on time can be a little challenging.
Well, and that was my point, that some people who run businesses strictly like being local. That's what they want to do. They don't want to be worldwide. So for all her customers in Clayton County, that's kind of what she wants. She don't want to have to incur, because it's a hassle shipping stuff. So when people keep thinking, oh, you ought to want to do this, see, you trying to run somebody else's business, so y'all don't understand how business work. Lyle got a business. He does hair. Lyle will travel in the metro area. Lyle don't want to go to North Carolina to cut nobody hair. One, it ain't gonna be cost effective for him or them, because he got to charge them to come all the way up there. So when people start talking about what people businesses do and what they don't,
set up about 5 or 6 something.
Right, but and then even then, you got another job. Is it even for you to go up there, you got to take a day off work, or it's got to be on your day off, which means you got to give up more of you. And I tell people, sometimes you can tell who don't have a business, because they always want to tell you to do crazy stuff to run your business. Oh, you ought to do this. Well, if it's only going to apply to you and your cousin, y'all ain't paying me enough to do this.
Right.
And the first right and wrong for business is mind yours. If you're not the consumer I'm looking for, your criticism or critique really doesn't mean shit to me. Oh, you can't take criticism. You're not a consumer. And I was telling somebody, there's a reason that Lamborghini don't do a lot of commercials. They're not advertising to the public at large. To the people that want Lamborghini, they go find them. Lamborghini don't advertise for them. A lot of people who do businesses don't advertise. Lyle got a page. I fussed at him about not updating it. But for my security company, I never had a web page. You learned about me from word of mouth, because the way my business was set up, it ain't for everybody. I already knew this. So friends, people, my clients would refer other people. They would come. They already knew what they was getting. They knew how the takeover was going to take place. Somebody said, why you don't advertise? Because I ain't got time to explain to you what I'm doing. I would rather have another client explain to you. And if you want me, you'll call me. And if you don't, you'll call somebody else. But what I'm doing is non-negotiable. Well, you can make more money if you do this. But if I make more money, that means I ain't gonna be able to do this, and this. I know what I want. Let me run my business plan, and you run your business plan. And as we do, the restaurant is the one that got my attention, because have y'all seen the video about the girls twerking at the restaurant?
I just saw it like literally 30 seconds ago before we got on.
And when Trina had said something to me about it, and the first thing it popped up on the screen that one of the employees had made a post saying that the owner had talked to these girls at least 3 times before, asking them to stop.
There you go.
And I'm hearing people, because of course, right, I'm a firm, Roy, we firm believers in defending women, firm believers, but understand the concept. Defending women, not ratchet hoes. There's a line between them. And I'm gonna let Trina still ain't here yet, but Jessica is a woman. There's a line between a grown ass man and a trifling ass old boy. They look alike, but if they don't act the right way, they don't get the same treatment. And if you come into the business and you doing something that I don't like, and I ask you like a grown man, not once, not twice, but several times, and you still don't do it, guess what? You get the public school coming out, because that's the only language that you understand. And people saying, oh, he could have did this, he could. Why in the hell I got to teach you to have standards in my spot? Be ratchet at your spot. And I tell people, watch the video. He was a great businessman. He gave them 2 references of places to go to be ratchet. Most business people don't do that. Just when somebody asks you for something, do you tell them what place to go to get it?
Nope.
See? Loud, do you tell people where to go to get their hair cut?
No.
See? So
I'm the only place.
Right. So this dude gave them 2 references where they could go to be ratchet and perfectly happy. And he didn't have to do. Why he ain't have to? Why he ain't have to?
They didn't have to do what they did.
And
they
you know,
didn't have to be dancing. And when they said standing on furniture, come on.
Right.
It ain't even just out on the floor. You standing on my furniture and shaking your tail.
But and it's the thing. The minute one would have failed and sued, everybody.
Right. It's his fault.
But and the girl gonna talk about, oh, if they was white, well, show me what he let white people get away with. But I'm gonna tell you what they wouldn't have did it at a white club. Oh, well, as an owner, he should have tried to keep it discreet. You can't keep people dancing on the table discreet. The discretion part was over with. I said, but he went and talked to him. I said, and did you see all the people getting up and leave when he was calling them names? No, you didn't, because they were the ones complaining. He got to take care of his base. Jessica like customers, Lyle like having customers, but if they run other customers off, that one-time order ain't worth it. If somebody come to spend, they come into you one time and they gonna order $1,000 of food for Jess. Oh, Jess want that grand. But if Jess got to lose her regular customers to get that $1,000, Jess gonna do what most business people do. They gonna get rid of that one-time customer, because they ain't supporting your business. Lyle ain't finna let to just come up in his house. Oh, cause we getting whatever the most expensive thing is. They want to come in and smoke and break his dishes. Man, nah, player, you ain't spending that kind of money. And people don't understand it's right and wrong for business and life. You can't act ratchet and think somebody owe you the respect. What's insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So he's supposed to ask them one time, hey, can y'all please not dance on my tables? Hey, can y'all please not twerk in my club? Hey, we serve food here. Don't nobody want your ugly ass shaking, because you ain't even fine and you can't sing. How many times is he supposed to ask him that? Well, he could have called security. He could have called the police, because it's called criminal damage to property. Then he would have been overreacting. Right. He ain't have to get the why not? That's what they said. They said, hey, we don't want to get out on your own. Well, he could have just escorted them out. And we all know, and I'm going to pick on Jess right now because she a woman. The first time a man go to grab a woman, what the first thing women holler? You better not put your hands on me. So now he got a whole scene because he tried to escort them out, but now they don't want to be touched. Now they daring him. I done did security at the club. I love when people talking about you better not put your hands on me. I have to remind them, this is a private establishment. We got 2 choices. You can walk out on your own in front of me, or you can walk out with me. But either way, you're going to leave the club. Now, the minute they tell me what I bet not do, shit, your little $10 admission fee don't cover none of this. And that's what we don't understand. Man, why you have to take out like that? She had a choice to walk on her own. She chose not to. And we don't understand that, because it's our business. Our business is it represents us totally. Totally. Jessica had said something on one of her posts the other day, and I laughed about it. That's why I knew I wanted her on the show. Because Jessica didn't like the way one of her plates looked, because you know what? Her presentation means a lot to her. Trina, who finally showed up looking extra pretty. What's your number, Shawty? Trina does her glasses. I'm sitting here with Trina, and Trina will pull stuff off because she don't like the way it look. I think it look okay, but it's her person. She putting her soul into that. She want that glass to represent her. When people say little things or conversations and they look at it, everybody want to look good. What's the first thing Jessica said? She didn't want to show y'all the cake because she ain't like the way it looked. Even though it approved that people was eating it, which is always a good thing.
It was gone.
That presentation is everything. So when people try to tell us how to do business or why we should be doing business or what we should do, what are you bringing to the table? So look at, is she drinking out one of her pretty glasses right now? Is she flossing? Trina Marie, you flossing on us?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
You know, so we okay, you missed the first part. We was talking about the fish, and Jess said you better get me some fish this morning. That was what she said.
This morning gone.
What?
This morning gone.
No, it's coming again. It's gonna be a repeat. It's gonna be a repeat of a few hours.
It's gonna be next morning or tomorrow morning. And she said this morning. It's over. Sorry.
See, that's how we ended up on Judge Judy. All right, but so yeah, I got everybody here. Everybody here run a business. At what point do you let customers dictate your business? Yeah. Not your sales. Well, hell, even your sales. At what point do you let them dictate? Yeah, but how much they got to be a repeat customer. Roy, we did this the other week. If Roy get a call from the Proud Boys who want my slot and they offer him $5,000, he's supposed to take it. That's a business decision. But if they start coming with all these conditions and doing stuff that's going to disrespect the network, then yeah, I'm gonna get back to number one. So what's the standard that y'all got for making exceptions for people? Trina, we'll start with you. Oh no, go ahead, Jess. Go ahead.
Let Jessica go.
I really only make exceptions for my what I call loyal customers. You know, different things that they may want, certain things that they may have going on. I try to work with them. My first time customers, not so much. You may be here, you may be gone tomorrow, but it's some people who have rolled with me from the beginning, from before I start putting stuff on Facebook. Like I said, my first big weekend, a lady ordered 9 cakes for me, and she's been riding with me ever since for every single event in her life. Yeah, I can make some altercations for her.
Right, but she a repeat customer. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who can make last minute requests and ask you to do stuff because they're regulars.
Exactly.
And that's what we do. Trina, what's your take on it?
No exceptions, no more. I'm not doing that no more. No, but I agree with Jessica. You know, loyal customers. You know, and it's almost hard for me to say, like, when I know you good for it, because sometimes you think they good for it, then they switch up. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna have to you set some policies in place and just let that be that, and everybody gotta abide by them, and that's just what it is. You know, I'll work with you until we get it right. But
right.
And you know the crazy thing, for good customers, you don't have to set no policies. The good customers is just who they are. It's in their nature. You recognize them up front. You know, it's crazy. I took some of Trina's stuff to work with me the other day, and people just started paying. They're like, "What's that?" And they just started giving me money. And I called Trina and said, they want to buy them. We sold them just like that. Didn't nobody say, well, I'll pay you tomorrow. I don't have this. I don't have. One lady said, does she take cash out? Because I ain't got no cash. Cash out. She paid. I gave her the product. And these people who don't even know her. And with her business, even with Jess's business, you go to their page, you look at what they do, you make an order, and you let them do their thing. You don't put in no other special requests. Right. You know? Just tried to give me something with some stuff I ain't never heard of. Trina had to tell her I'm hood. I like just regular chocolate. Just got chocolate that float when you eat it. It's just like a cloud. That's too rich for my blood. I just need some hood chocolate. But we got these people who want to tell you how to run your business. You know, Trina had one of her little Facebook boyfriends want to tell about arm warmers. Dude, you don't even know nothing about arm warmers. What do you have to offer to this conversation other than criticism? Because you're not critiquing. You're just criticizing for the sake of criticizing, which is something that we love to do. Oh, if she was white, she wouldn't have said nothing, because white people got pages. Go on their page and tell them what they should be doing with their product. Go tell Lamborghini they should lower their prices. Them white people. Go tell Rolls Royce to lower their prices so you can get one like a Kia. Them white people. And it's crazy how we love to bring up that narrative. Somebody was white. What white got to do with it? When Trina get an order online, I don't know how justice work. Trina don't get to see if they black or white. They send an address, put a phone number and an email. Trina can't tell if they black or white.
Don't really care.
Really?
At all. The only color I care about is green.
Hey, long as that Cash App go cha-ching or Zelle say somebody just deposit money, then that's what you're looking for. Because we all like green people. We all Star Trek fans at this point. And so when I started thinking about this show, and we talking about the rights and wrong, because there's rights and wrong for business, whether you're a business owner or you partaking in the business. Abide by the rules. There are clubs that you can go to, and yeah, sometimes a good time break out, but you still can't be disruptive to others. And twerking in a public forum, if their kids twerking is wrong, I don't care what nobody say. And Buddy did a good job of holding on, because even when you go to barbershops, unless you go at night, barbershops got a lot of young boys in there. Women don't need to be in there doing nothing. And then, and this ain't to pick on women, because remember, there's a difference between women and ratchet hoes. When you act like a ratchet hoe, then you get mad when people treat you like a ratchet hoe. Oh, you don't know? No, I don't know women who act like that around strange dudes. You sitting there twerking, the first dude that told you someone to come slap you on the ass, then a whole fight would have started because you think he ain't respectful, but he treated you how you act. Exactly. He treated you how, because what do we say? Dress for the way you want to be treated, but more importantly, act like the way you want to be treated. So you coming now, you acting like a stripper. He treats you like a stripper. Now you mad. Why you got to be disrespecting another black woman? Because a black woman ain't over here twerking. This a ratchet hoe. You know, when dudes come at you a certain way and then ask y'all why y'all don't respect black men, and you like, let him come to me. If a black man stepped to me, I'm respecting like a black man. But this you little bald head dude talking about, can you come and get in the bed with me? You don't get they don't get the same treatment. So it's like, why do we always feel like we should make excuse for the one who responds to it? Because yeah, there is a right way and a wrong way to respond. The first time, not the third time. After these ladies tell a man, no, I'm not interested, and then he start coming down on them, they don't have to keep being the good one. They don't have to keep being the one to act the grown up. And, you know, I made a post today. That clapback game, some of y'all don't realize how strong folk clapback game is till you earn it. Then you be like, oh, I was just playing, sis. I was just playing, chief. Why you all like this? Because you kept pushing. You thought I was going to be a professional. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this, because I'm going to let everybody give y'all their personal info. Don't follow Trina Maria if you ain't ready for some clapback now. She vicious. She a beast. Just getting there. She ain't learned how to cuss just right yet, but she working on it. she still, you know, Lyle is probably Lyle and Roy, they the nicest ones. I'm gonna just say that because they professionals all the time. They're good people.
I've been good lately. I've been good for like a couple months.
You have.
I have. I'll be on it. I don't even care about Facebook a whole bunch no more.
You have been very good lately.
No, not. It's lately, like in the past 20 minutes while she was in the shower.
No, she's been the only thing Trina has been doing is her profile pictures. I don't know what's going on with the profile pictures.
Yeah,
but as far as Trina being quiet, she's been good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until she posted today. Go ahead, Roy.
D, you talk about a clapback. Shoot, don't post something that she got an opinion on. She gonna clap first.
Well, I'm gonna give her credit now. She usually don't do nothing till you start being disrespectful, trying to clown. Mm-hmm. And the worst thing you could do now is to get either her or Jess, because they like sisters. If one sees somebody clown on them, the other one coming. They don't even have to call each other. They just know a friend, and they come. But yeah, I mean, we got to understand how this whole right and wrong thing. And when we get into love and life skills, what's right for me and Trina may not be right for me and Jess. Jess can't do a relationship like me and Trina do. Jess is her own person. And it's crazy how many of us don't realize that every time you deal with a different person, it's a different narrative, because everybody ain't the same. We could be on, what's one of the craziest shows we watch, Trina?
Love and Lockup or something?
Not Love. Ooh, please, not Love. What's the one with Nephew Tommy?
Looking for love or ready to love.
Right. Yeah. So let's just say for shits and giggles, all of us are on Ready to Love. Jessica date with each one of us is gonna be different. Trina's date gonna be different. And everybody keep trying to make it act like everybody's gonna be the same. All guys don't like the same thing. All women don't like the same thing. So, but it's crazy how people want to tell people, oh, you should be doing this. Hold on. Did you talk to Buddy that you know he should be doing this? Suppose he don't like this. Because and me and Jessica talked about this, because the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Me and Jessica would never make, because Jessica liked to cook. I was married to a woman who loved to cook, and she always got mad at me because I didn't want to eat.
Yes, that's horrible.
I get good. So we would have fights just because she would cook so much, and I'm thinking, damn, can I just get leftovers 3 days in a row? That's all I want out of life. I don't want fresh food every day. I ain't about that life.
Because she cooked, don't mean you gotta eat it.
Right, but when you don't eat it, she felt like I ain't like her food. I was like, I just don't want to eat. But are we seriously fighting because I'm not hungry?
Yep.
We are really fighting because I'm not.
Break it down.
Right. So for me, it wasn't a good fit, but I never knew she was that. But she was kind of like Trina. Once she get a man, she gonna cook for him. See, I didn't know this during the dating process. She didn't cook that often when we were dating. Once she got married, she was cooking every single day.
Hold up. Play that back. You said she's like Trina. Once she get a man, she start cooking.
Remember, you said you don't cook for you don't just cook for random dudes.
Oh, okay.
See that she I know it. She ready to clap back on me, man.
And he sleep with her.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I used to anyway. I don't know what's gonna happen after the show. But and it's crazy how we don't want to give everybody their own standard, but we want to be respected as individuals. But I want to treat you like somebody else. Well, and the first thing we say is I ain't so and so. But why you treat me like this? Why you doing this? And it's crazy because everybody got their own scenario. And see, Trina laughing, but Trina J got out of Facebook jail. I ain't supposed to tell y'all, but Trina J got out of Facebook jail.
Somebody already put it in the chat.
You know what I'm saying? She just got.
I was joking, and they just took it the wrong way.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so that's why you've been quiet. Okay.
Right.
It was only for 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
They ain't long. They ain't gonna keep her down long now. 24 hours ain't gonna do nothing. Hey, be right back.
Tell her hold her leg. Tell her hold her leg up. Y'all see the ankle monitor?
Okay, man. We was talking about a couple of different things.
What's up?
The girls were totally wrong, twerking in somebody's club.
Yeah.
I listened to the guy on Ricky Smiley. He was trying to explain. Once he said he had approached him 2 or 3 times already. Okay, right. He did the right thing. That was all well and good. After that, all bets are off. Plus, you standing on my furniture. It ain't like you just doing it in the aisleway and disturbing people. Because, see, I didn't realize they was all up on the furniture because I couldn't see the video.
Right.
That, see you later. You out the door. You know? Next thing you said about making exceptions. Yes, we make exceptions for people who are frequent customers, people we like, things like that, right? You even said, now, if you got a good client and you know that you said $5,000, right? Somebody passed you up on something for $5,000, right? You, as a good customer, tell, hey, bro, get that money. You can get me later. You can get me after him. That's because they are looking out for your business. They want you to prosper. They want you to make that money. That's what good clients do. And think about this in business. You may not want every client because every client ain't a good client. Me working in the salon, some people come in and they got so many requests and so many ifs and buts and this. That's sometimes more a headache to me than somebody that I know what to do. I can knock them out. They're going to pay me good. You know, through COVID, I didn't have a whole lot of clients, but the clients that I did, they were loyal. They were my clients. They came with masks. They always paid me good. And that was part of what got me through. You know, if I had everybody trying to nickel and dime, but taking up my time, that's putting me at risk more times being in contact with them. And then they ain't trying to pay nothing. Then they want all these extras. So, I mean, everybody who got businesses, you guys know what good clients look like. You know how to cater more to them. I was at school today and I had this crazy lady. I mean, she's really cool and not really crazy, but she was over there giving me a scenario. She said, well, what if I had some lights in my hair? I had some things in there moving in my hair. Well, what you going to do for me? I said, well, I'm going to explain. She just playing. I'm explaining to you really nice why you can't service her. She give me role play. But no, I know I just washed mine. Ma'am, I see you, D. I see you. That looks sweet. That looks sweet, bro. I might have to get one of them. I see you on that. But she was just playing around. But even that, we got to be nice and professional. But, hey, this is something I can't do. And if y'all in my club and y'all doing this, y'all can't be here. I like what he said. I want some real customers or some good customers, something like that, he said. This ain't who I want. This is not my – we all have a target market that we're trying to reach. That ain't in his target market. I'm sure, like, way out of it.
Absolutely. You know? I completely agree. I saw the video and I don't know where we went with like making twerking seem like it's something new. We've been twerking for the longest, but it's just like you had a little bit of class with it. I think years ago, you twerk in certain twerkable environments. Now, oh, let's go in the middle of Kroger and start twerking. Or you go to these, you've seen the videos of the women over there acting like they are giving to mannequins and stuff like that. And twerk. Where did that come from? Don't get me wrong, I'm a twerker. But you can ask anybody who's seen me twerk, and you're probably gonna get about 5 people, because I twerk pretty much at only house parties at my house or for whoever I'm dating at that time. Right. I'm not a public twerker. It's a certain way I choose to carry myself in public, that me being bent over shaking my ass is just not what I do. So I completely agree with that business owner. You know where you're trying to take your business to. There's plenty of places you can go in those twerkable environments and have a great time. Right. But for what he's trying to establish, that ain't it.
Right.
And the crazy portion is, and I seen people talking about, I bet so-and-so, I bet Kamala Harris do twerk, but guess what? She ain't twerking in a public venue for everybody. Because I don't know too many women, or if I do, I probably would have disassociated myself. I don't know too many women who don't have twerker tendencies, but it's where you do it at. That's the whole system. You know, hell, I'm sure my 2 male co-hosts, as good as they are, I'm sure they got a couple of hood tendencies. Mine just come out more often, but I'm okay with that. But they don't come out everywhere. And that's what people ain't get. You can be as ratchet as you want to be, as hood as you want to be. Trina done heard me when it's just me and her, and she done looked at me. Because, yeah, that's not the businessman that people come to, but I ain't doing business right then. That's just me and her having a conversation. And, hell, we done been to spots before and acted out. But the spot was conducive to that, where our acting out was in line with what everybody else was doing. So it wasn't like we were the theme of the show. And that's what people don't get. You know, like Jess said,
they want to be the middle of the show.
Exactly.
That's why they do it. And
but then they want to be respected.
Right.
And be called queens.
Right. Now, I don't know why, but this is where all that's coming from. Social media, everywhere. I see your ass. Trina, you got a good salesman over here.
I do. And you know, it's messed up because there's, you know, it's like they come to patronize you. They come to patronize your business, and it's like they think that you should be so grateful and so happy that you have their business, but they come with like a flea market mentality or something. You know what I mean? Like, hold up, you know, wait a minute now. You know, they want to try to talk you down with your prices and stuff like that. But no, baby, like if this is not what you want to spend, then go to the flea market. They got a lot of stuff for you.
Right. But they want to tell you what other people. But they want to tell you what other people do. Well, go to them other people. Right. It's okay. It's enough business for us to go everywhere. You can go. Hey, go somewhere. That's what you want to do, and you know that place. Do it. Like I said, the business owner gave them 2 places to go to, because you can't just come somewhere. Hell, you can't come to my house, man. Come to my house and start dancing on my table. What? Boy. Oh no. Yeah, you might well go on. You might well go on to call the popo.
Before you get here.
Yeah, I'm pushing you down the steps. I'm not even finna ask you 3 times to get off my table. Right. I'm be like, all right, I'm gonna smile at you. I'm gonna get some of that slip and slide and hit it. I'm gonna tell Trina to cut her phone on and video it and show your dumb ass falling. That's what you gonna post. Because, and you know, like I said, it's crazy. On one hand, and I'm gonna use women first. Women want to be queens, and it sucks because Jess and Trina will go out and do the right thing publicly, but somebody gonna compare them to the ratchet hoes because they rise to the top. Because as I was telling somebody on the show yesterday, you know, my good men don't need a lot of praise. It's normal for us. We don't need the praise. We do what we do. We do hate when people compare us to ratchet dudes, but they stand out more because the people who always want to grab their phone, they filming it. Everybody else just walking away from them, because when you don't want to be somewhere, the first thing you do is you just unanswer the scene, and a good business will lose a good customer simply because of that. I mean, like I said, y'all don't know, but the little Caribbean place we went to, where I said it could probably be deemed a little ratchet. Most of the customers, they look a little shady, but you don't see them in there doing all that craziness. And
are you talking about mangoes?
No. Tropical cuisine. But the thing is, and people are like, oh, well, it's part of the DJ fault. When can somebody play music and make you act a certain way? Yeah, you may start bopping your head, your foot you may get a little quick shake in, but yeah, because, you know, for our age, when we hear Captain D coming, oh yeah, you know, and with them accused of or whatever, when they hear Atomic Dog, but you don't see them just start jumping up by themselves in the club and doing that stomp. So
no, the cues, yeah, you do. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, when it's a bunch of them, and that's what they're there for.
Yeah, in that the case, when we hear country music, we should start square dancing. Like, come on now, stop.
Right, exactly.
But so I want to jump on something that Lyle said, because this is the way that I deal with business. And D, I think you've heard me say this to people before. I tell people in a heartbeat, I'm gonna give you the privilege of letting somebody else work for you.
Right.
You know,
Flip that whole script. I like the way you said that.
I'm very particular about who I work with, and that's what I tell people. I said it's that was one of the reasons that I started working for myself. When I was working in corporate America, working for different nonprofits and stuff, I had to do what the people over me said do. You know, if I wanted to keep that job, regardless, I didn't like it. So I was like, you know what? I don't like being told what to do. And so if me and you can exchange or get to a place where we're exchanging my service for your resources, D, you put the thing in front of your camera. You know, I don't continue to deal with people like that because it's just not worth the headache. I tell people all the time. I said one of the primary reasons that I did start working for myself is having the peace of mind. I would rather have struggle of waiting for my clients to pay me because I only do that with certain clients. There's certain people, you know, like you said, when people have been with you for a while, they do things. Okay, yeah, you know, I've got a client that I've been doing their website literally for the past 12, 13 years. You know, they get slow sometimes. They're a nonprofit. But there's also been time where they done paid me 2 years in advance. You know? So it's like we do stuff like that. You do make exceptions for people who are reasonable and do stuff. But like Lyle said, you come in trying to tell me, if I tell you like right behind me right now, I got this thing that's saying we got a $150 advertising package for an entire year. That's right. You can spend $150 and get your products advertised for a whole year on our network. And look, it's got all the details about what it's supposed to do. 1 through 7. That's what you get. You know what I'm saying? So don't come to me saying, okay, can we add? No. Can we switch? No. Yeah, we can. That's the $350 package if you want that.
Right. You want all that. You want all them adjustments.
Before $150, this what you get.
Right. And they want to tell you about how, I could get this with somebody else. Well, go to them. We not in competition like that. What we want good people who can follow these rules and who gonna bring something to the table. Hell, I can make suggestions to Trina. Some she likes, some she don't. But little things is Trina's baby. All I can do is offer suggestions. At the end of the day, it's a representation of Trina. Right. So that Trina got to do what represent her. She can give me thoughts on random thoughts, but at the end of the day, when people see random thoughts with DVP, they think of one somebody first. So whatever it is that put out, it's got to be something that I'm okay with, because I can't sit back and say, well, Trina said I should do this, because there's nothing worse. I don't care what none of y'all say. There's nothing worse than a man who blame a woman for everything. That's just my opinion.
Record that. This recording, right? Recording. All right.
Except with one exception, and Jessica already brought it up. When you keep putting up them funky looking pictures.
What's that? December 2nd, Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020, and play this back. That moment.
Yeah, you play it back, but make sure you pick up them profile pictures. They dispute everything. But yeah, but y'all remember when T.I. blamed he blamed his wife for something. Abernathy blamed his wife for the weed. As soon as a dude won't take responsibility for his own transgressions and he started blaming women, and when we always blame our actions on somebody else, we don't ever want to take any responsibility. With the restaurant, y'all know they had to wait in line for 2 hours, and they was at the bar drinking tequila. So the fact they had to wait 2 hours meant that he don't need their business. But if you can't drink and sit, then that's a personal issue. Exactly. That's super personal. You can't control yourself. Then it just play into the white man's hands. We need to be controlled because we can't control ourselves, and that ain't how most of us are. Me and Trina went place and waited. Me and Trina went place and had drinks, and I'm trying to think of all the times that somebody had put us out or told us who was acting out of behavior. I can count on one hand and still have 6 fingers left. because that ain't the business.
Never. No.
So, you know, and you know, but having been secured at a club, I can think of all the ratchet behavior I seen. I can think of all the times I try to nicely ask somebody to do something, and then when you have to snatch them up by the collar, everybody want to say, man, we ain't have to do all this. All you had to do was ask me. You mean like the first 3 times I asked you? Oh, well, I ain't know you was serious.
My mouth was moving, my lips was moving.
I ain't got no reason to talk to you, dude. Why I gotta come tell you this? Why I gotta keep telling these ladies to get off the table? Get off the table. We just having fun. Go home and have fun.
Can somebody tag those videos? Because I haven't seen them yet.
Either. I've only seen one.
Yeah, I've only seen the one where he went off. So if somebody can tag him in the comments for me.
Right. And see, you know, and that's another thing, Roy and Trinity, we both know I talk about this. We like to pass judgment off of one video. The fact that somebody was waiting the video was a precursor that something had already happened and somebody was waiting. And that's why whenever I see videos, I tell you, I'll never comment until I get the bigger picture, because there's a reason somebody was waiting with a phone. Something had to happen prior to that. And that's what we need, as they say on 60 Minutes, the rest of the story. So now we know how people got to this point. And yeah, the man was a lawyer. That should have been another clue for us. He was a lawyer and he still decided to go there. So they pushed him to his limit. How many times are we supposed to be the better person? You know, the whole Bible thing about turn the other cheek, and I put the only people who turn the other cheek either can't fight or they on parole and don't want to go back to prison. Other than that, ain't nobody finna keep turning their cheek. Jessica ain't finna let somebody just keep disrespecting her and disrespectful, and she gonna keep smiling and say, go on, girl, go on, stop playing. Right. Stop. Trina damn sure ain't. I don't know if y'all seen them nails she got that, you know, hell, anyway. Yeah, she got big talent.
People need to it's like they really need to let go of the whole the customer is always right. The customer is not always right. There's a lot of times the customer is damn wrong. Just wrong.
Dead ass wrong.
Okay.
When I was a manager, I used to tell I was a store manager for Office Max. And you know, you talk about a copy center. This is back in the day when people had to come to us to get their stuff done because everybody didn't have their regular copies and stuff. I would always tell the employees, I said, listen, the customer is not always right, but it is not your job to argue with them. That's my job.
Right. There you go.
See, that's where it is. So, but
I like that.
And as an owner, that's what you have to tell people. And I do that with people now. I tell if anybody, I say, listen, if somebody got a problem with it, y'all ain't got to worry about arguing with them. If they got a problem with Jericho, y'all send them to me. That's my job to do that. You keep your brand and your stuff. Like I tell DVP, I'd be like, no, bro, don't even worry about getting into that. If somebody got a disagreement with something the way it went, y'all come to me. Because ultimately, I'm the one that's going to make the change, or I'm going to tell you again, thank you. I'm going to give you the privilege of letting somebody else work for you. You know, we're not going to
I got to write that down. I love that.
And the crazy thing is, the one time the customer is close to being right is after they've paid. When you ain't paid yet, you just another person in line. You ain't even a customer. And most of these ain't paid. You know, when I worked at the club, people that couldn't meet the dress profile. And I learned this. We have a rule. You don't meet the dress profile because we won't fight when we wearing certain stuff. This is a fact. To get in the club when you out of dress profile, you got to buy a bottle. Because once you done spent that money, people don't want to get put out. No. It's cute to show me that you got $200, but you need to spend that in the club. So go on, we're going to get you a bottle. Once you get a bottle, you can come in because now we know the club going to make some money off of you. Because what guys will do is they'll flash that money. And ladies know this. They'll flash that money, but they sipping on what they call it? They sipping on house drinks. They sipping on house drinks the whole time, the $2 special. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I'm just saying they want to be disruptive. So if you out of dress code, we're gonna make you spend some real money. You're not finna come here and nickel and dime us, because those are the ones who are more likely to fight. I'm talking about guys now. When they got bad intent, they want to just come in and harass women. They'll come in and spend their little $3-5, and they want to go from woman to woman to woman. And this is one of the things that we look at. Nah, bro, you can't come in dressed like that. This is a grown folk club. No, grown men don't go out at night with sneakers on unless they just had foot surgery. I don't care what nobody told you. They don't do it. Yeah, a Hawk came to the club and wanted to get in. I played professional basketball. Well, you know, this ain't the arena. So what they paying you should be able to afford some hard bottom shoes, Chief.
Right.
But what you can do is you can buy a bottle. We'll get you bottle service and then we'll hook you up. Why I got to buy something to get in here? No, you ain't got to. You ain't got to come. And but this is the thing. The customer ain't a customer till they pay. Up until that point, they just somebody asking questions. When I'm asking Jessica what she do for her cake, I'm not a customer. Once I cash out her, then I'm a customer. Trina the same way, because that's how we do business. All the interview stuff, that don't make you a customer. And people don't know how to do customer service. Some of us don't know how to be customers.
Right.
It's a conversation.
Right. That's all it is. And the something that all of us know is that the bulk of what we do is time consuming. So our time is money. Our time is money. So if I'm wasting time having a conversation with you and you ain't paying, you already in the hole. So no. You know, guy said, well, when do we do the interview? I said, after you send me the first payment. I don't do interviews until I get a payment. I don't care about nothing that you got to say. Now, after that, we can decide if we're a good fit. But I don't do free interviews no more because it's not worth it to me. I'm going to spend 40 minutes interviewing you so we can put a security detail together for you. But if I already know that you too high risk, bruh.
Right.
My mama told me if I get shot, how pissed she going to be. If I get shot, I'm going to be extra pissed. If you too high risk, I got a group of guys who like that shit. I ain't one of them. But it's going to cost you because this is a 45-minute process. But like I said, when we get into the rights and the wrongs for businesses, for consumers, for love, for life, there's a whole separate standard that everybody got that we have to adjust for each person to. Each person got a whole different. So you know.
That's why you got standards, so that we ain't jumping around trying to satisfy everybody's thing. I like what Trina and Roy was saying, because Trina said people want to come nickel down like they're the flea market. But once you break it down, well, you know, I got to do it, and you don't have to, but they don't realize how much time it takes. Well, you know, this is, and then you put that moniker on. This is custom made. Boom. This ain't no flea market stuff. And people get the wrong idea, just like with haircuts or something like that, that the more you bring, the less the price should be. That's only with products. So you buy a product that ain't nobody doing nothing with. If I buy 10 of them, can I get a deal? Maybe so. If I got 3 haircuts, that's 3 times as much. I may give you a small portion, but you're not getting a big deal because I still got to do the work. Trina still got to do the work. So she got to do the work on each glass. So why is she getting a discount just because you bought a lot? She still got to make each one.
That's right.
So
And
Roy,
then
they don't know about editing. Any of that editing that goes in, that's time for him.
That's
say,
right.
oh, well, I just want to change this. But you don't know how much time that change is going to make. And you peel it in with all this little stuff and these little things. So I love what Roy says about customer. I'm going to give you the opportunity to work with someone else. And as you say, D, we just may not be a good fit, you know.
And then they try to minimize what it is.
What
like
you doing? Don't do me.
Exactly.
Don't do me.
Damn cake.
Or they say
you
just.
look at them cakes and what she do with them, but that's not just a cake. You know, this is not just a glass. Do you know what I gotta do? Just look like this, you know?
And some of the stuff you have to go back to the store or go try to reorder it. That takes time. That takes money out of your pocket, depending on what changes they decide they want to make at the last minute. And they don't take those things into account. Like I said, when people order multiple cakes, sometimes I'll give them a discount. But my loyal customer, I was just telling y'all about with the 9 cakes, I've tried to discount her. She will never take a discount. If I tell her that a cake is $50, she's going to probably pay me $75 for that cake. She has never accepted any type of discount. If I tell her your full total for all these cakes is $200, she's probably going to give me $350.
You know, some people
they want to see you
really appreciate the craft. They appreciate the art of what you do. And you know, I know this is a totally different business, but you know, like even with the strip clubs, there's some guys that they come in and they tip the girls just because they understand, you know, the whole business of it. It's not about, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm so enamored by what you look like. It's they understand the business, the process, and the hustle. You know,
right? They appreciate it.
Right.
And it's funny y'all said that.
I almost became one. It's real close, years ago.
I've been one, but okay.
It's funny y'all say that because
yeah,
that's what
I was talking to the other day has been one. I didn't know.
Yeah. When Lyle made that statement, that's the thing I was gonna say, is that people like what's getting ready to start happening now. Just to give an example with the network, the price that D got his show for when he came back, and you know, and actually, hell, just to let everybody else on the network know, it's default. Everybody paid. Because D was like, damn it, look. And he's talked about it. He went somewhere else, and thinking that he was going to get more, realized he was like, well, hell, I can't even do the main thing that we used to do at the other spot. And he was like, nah, I'm going to pay you. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop a little more on you because I know I'm going to want to do some extra little stuff and we're going to do some things. I'm like, cool. But, because we had a relationship. But the other piece to it,
go ahead.
Because the other piece to it, though, is like, you want to come in and make all these last minute changes and then want to get mad when the price is adjusted. Well, see, what you got to realize is you're not just coming for the service. What you're paying for is you're actually paying for my expertise in your situation. Mm-hmm. I can't make them banana puddings like she did, like Jessica. Right. I can't make glasses.
Can't nobody do it like she do.
Yeah, I can't make glasses like Trina do. I don't know how to do that. What the hell? I see the glass, I'm like, damn, that's dope.
Right.
It's $150. I'd be like, damn, that's dope, but I can't afford it. I'm not gonna ask you to do. I'm like, now I may say, what can you create for this price to get something? Because that's the way, and that's the way I tell people to address me. I said, listen, my boys had a saying that they used to do. Tommy Bottom used to have a saying. Him and Abyss, they used to always say, you can never pay me what I'm worth, only what we negotiate.
Right.
Right.
So I'm gonna tell you what my price point is. And then you say, well, this is what my budget is. Okay, this is for your budget.
And that's one of them things where you got to understand the difference between customer service and when you get personalized service. And when you, and that's what you're doing. Like I said, Jessica put banana pudding in a mason jar. I ain't never seen that. Trina was like, what is that?
Oh, yeah.
And that whole little thing, it was something different. It was off the chain. Like I said, from the garage to the step, that's how quick that was gone. Trina took 2 sniffs. I don't even think she chewed, but that's what you want. So when you get it, and when Trina make arm warmers, she sold some at a church. We sold some to the church pastor. Gonna give her a deal because she the church pastor. Know what the church pastor said? She said, sell these for what they're worth, young lady. I want 2 pair, and this is what I'm gonna pay. So if the number 2 lady at the church tell you not to get a discount and she willing to pay full price and not use her privilege, how can you sit back and degrade your own product? Because she could have took them because she was the first lady. She used to people giving her gifts, but she saw Trina had a little thing up and she was like, no, sweetie, take the whole thing. Don't give it. You worked hard for this. Trina up there doing them in front of people. She said, no, you work hard. People watching you, they can't do that. And people who don't appreciate it, and I love friends. Well, I know somebody who can do it. So why you ain't with them then? Why you ain't with them? Somebody gonna tell me, they felt the need to disrespect me, but like, well, but I got a security contract coming up. I want to use you. Now, play on your business. There's a reason I don't advertise. So you can't try to buy your way into me now. And that's what people think. They little $2. They think they $2 is the whole world, and they don't get it. Business people understand this, especially when you've been in business past that breaking point, when you truly have a sustainable business. I know people ain't gonna stop needing haircut because it's something about black people. Funeral homes, haircuts, liquor stores, and nail salons, they ain't going out of business with black people. Never, ever. Never. We will starve, but we gonna look good starving. We gonna
look good. I need you to hook me up too, Lau. I need you to, get me right. Get me right. All right.
I got you whenever you're ready.
So when you get a product that is sustainable, just know, even with this pandemic, people still hungry and they want comfort food. So guess what? Jess' phone be going off. Jess probably, I'm gonna speak for her right quick. Jess probably adjusted a little bit for the pandemic, but she ain't adjusted a lot bit. She adjusted a little bit. Cause like we all have to do it. When the money ain't the same, you adjust your prices accordingly. Because it's like, hey, if people ain't got this money, but they still want to do something, especially your regulars, let me just go ahead and knock something out. Even when I came back to work, once Roy told me a price, because I know how I am, I paid Roy the whole thing. Because I know I'm going to want something. And I told him that I'm going to want something, so let me just give you this, and then I'll give you something extra later. But let me give you this, because what we ain't finna do is me be a month to month, but I'm asking for stuff. Not let me pay you off first. Right. So my bill is clear. So now I can start asking for stuff. Because who don't appreciate a customer that pay up front? I had a barber. I used to pay my barber every quarter. So whenever I walked in, guess who? I knew who was going to be the next customer when I walked into the shop. Because she had already been paid. Already been paid. So I don't care who in front of me. Once I saw him, like, oh, no, he paid already. Y'all come in whenever, but this dude come in. So And that's what we got to do. We got to appreciate that more and understand how it works and learn to be good consumers, learn to be good customers. And then people will appreciate you more and do more with you. Because when you see, and again, I'm going to get in trend of business. When I took the stuff to work and I had people look at her page, 2 women ordered some glasses. They ordered a set of glasses. One lady said, just tell her to do her thing, and gave me the money. She made 2 requests for names. One red and black. You don't want to see what she doing first? She was like, nah. She said, I see what she got on the page. Tell her to do her thing. That's guess what? Next time she wants something, Trina gonna look at her a little different. Cause
Yep.
I ain't even met Trina, just did off the strength of a page. And you know, that's what we do. I can speak for Jessica, because one of me and Jessica first thing was somebody ordered some food, said it was for me. I ain't even get none. But they, you know, they want to be tasters for everything. You start eliminating them people. Y'all got me one time. Y'all got me. Let me
got a little mama up there.
Let me start eliminating. Yeah, the showstopper. But it's the same thing when we go, like I said, when we get to different phases of love and life, where we don't want to move on to the next person, where we stuck in a relationship. We stuck in a relationship while we in a relationship with somebody else. We still bringing all that same negative behavior because we ain't let the person go. I was listening to the Strawberry Letter the other day, and this lady said she married, she don't want to leave her boyfriend, but she don't want to lose her family.
Yeah. Oh, I heard the Strawberry Letter today.
Make that make sense. You want to keep your husband, your boyfriend, and the kids, knowing that this ain't
her husband over a boyfriend's house. Did you hear the whole thing?
That was the one today. Yeah, that one was stupid.
That was one today. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that one was stupid. Trent, don't ever bring your.
You need to put that on the air.
Yeah, Trent, don't take me to your boyfriend's house to donate no coat. But we'll talk about that one later.
Right. We're gonna.
But you know, it's crazy how we do stuff, and before we take any responsibility, we'll blame. Oh, if I was white, you would let me get away with this. We'll be white and see. Because I know white people, and they don't let each other get away with stuff. And, you know, we talked about this before. White people are quick with the cancel culture because you don't hear white people talk about certain people. They don't talk about Harvey Weinstein. Anybody white who's been accused of sexual misconduct, especially with a child, you don't even hear white people talk about it. They act like they never existed. We'll still keep talking. White people just start cutting you off quick and move on to the next.
Yep.
But we love to compare ourselves. Well, you ain't white. And clearly you ain't got no white friends, so quit saying what they do, because this ain't what they do. Oh, white people, reason we can't get in there because white people always agree. Have y'all not seen the president? Ain't but 3 black people fighting the president. Everybody else who hate him is white. Everybody. Everybody who hate him white. Everybody who going after him, rich white people. So quit saying that narrative that white people stick together and white people, they don't. But just because they did something and get away with it, don't mean we should be able to do the same thing. If you want to get away with it, go to the same people who let somebody else get away with it. But don't bring it to my business. Oh, that's why you ain't a millionaire. Okay, but that's why I ain't knocking on your door either.
Right, I ain't ask you for nothing.
Yeah, we got to get, I mean, like how many times you just walk up to somebody and say, hey, man, I'm struggling. Let me cut your hair.
Never.
You know, you ever walk up to a lady in the mall and say, hey, you know, you kind of ugly. Let me do your makeup and make you look better. We don't do that because, you know, it's bad business. Even if it's true.
Bad business.
You know, Lala good dude, he ain't going to call nobody ugly. So we're going to say they're comically attractive. That's what Trina told me I got to say. I ain't going to say people ugly either.
Right. They're funny looking. I like that.
I ain't say that. I said comically attractive.
I like that. That means they funny looking.
I'll say it, not me.
And comically attractive is yours. I say beautifully challenged.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just say ugly.
No.
I ain't supposed to use I ain't supposed to use 4-letter words. I'm talking about people's looks. But yeah, and it's a thing where we have to learn how to deal with people on their level. And if we want to be around them, we got to do what it takes to be around them. You know, me and Trina got me in a group. And some dude called me beloved. Now, I ain't homophobic. Anybody who know me know I got gay friends.
Oh, my God.
When did beloved become a term that men use to each other?
Each other, never.
When did beloved become a term that we use indiscriminately? Me and Jess cool as hell. I would never call Jess beloved. When do we just, I call everybody.
Definitely not a guy.
But I'm looking through his post because I want to see. But And dude, it don't matter what you think about the word. If I tell you it's disrespectful, then you have to stop saying it to me, because that's how this goes. Trina has told people, because I got a couple friends called Trina Queens. Trina said, I don't like it. Don't call me that. He's like, well, I'm just trying to be respectful. Trina said, I don't like it. And I had to tell him, respect the fact that she's saying she don't like it. So no matter what your intent is, if it's coming across to her as a negative, stop doing it. And we don't want to do that. Oh, I meant it don't matter what you meant, how it was received. If I don't want to be called king, damn it, don't call me king. Because then we diminish the meaning of the word when you call everybody king. Women don't want to be called queen. If you call every woman queen, then when you tell her she a queen, if Trina hear me tell every woman she beautiful, when I say, yeah, you beautiful, Trina, she's just gonna look at me. It's like, that's the same she said to everybody. It don't mean
everybody. Yep.
I've heard that before.
Right. And so we got to learn to take other people's feelings into consideration when we being, you don't know how to take a compliment. It ain't a compliment if you say it to everybody. It ain't a compliment. I realize some people like to use the N-word, and they ain't using it in a bad way. I don't like it. So if you use it to me, I'm taking it as disrespectful. I don't care how you meant it. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, so we gonna assume that you just haven't seen the two messages about taking a break.
And all that. I've been trying to give him the break sign. He just ain't going with it.
Hey, man. All right, we gotta take a break because I just got called to the principal's office. We'll be right back.
I had your back.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, trying to get down.
Vanilla smoked sea salt seasoning is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
All right, and I'm assuming that we back. It's been 5 good seconds. Little things about Clear. Want to flash something right quick to the audience. Going to show them your little these sparkler arm warmers. So those of y'all that like a little bling on your arm warmers too.
I like that. It's giving me Michael Jackson vibes, and that's not a bad thing. I love Michael Jackson, so I'm loving it.
She said she gave Michael Jackson vibes.
The speaker view. Show him again, D, and say something.
Show him again. All right, so these are on Little Things by Clea. These are the arm warmers. Those the glitz for those of y'all that like a little bling with your arm warmers.
Is that a tag or a logo in there?
Yeah, she got the logo on that. It says,
I like that, a little tag.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, okay.
I love that.
And that way they'll know if they left or right, too, for the people who challenged and don't know left hand from right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Put your hand down.
Serious. I'm horrible knowing my left from my right. I'm horrible. I literally have to do this right here.
Ain't you a nurse, Jess?
Yeah.
I get patient care. Yeah.
I don't know if that means she a legit nurse or not. I don't know.
Yeah, long as you ain't having surgery on your right or left arm, you good. Now.
No. Yeah, I'm not going that far into it.
Hey, and you know, it's so crazy. When I was in the military, I went to the military base to have surgery, and the 3 people before me, they operated on the wrong leg. So I bought a magic marker from the BX and drew an arm on the thumb they were supposed to operate on to make sure they didn't make a mistake. So when they came to scrub me up the next morning, they were like, "Who did that?" I was like, "I don't know. But I didn't want them to operate on the wrong hand, so I just drew a big old arrow pointing to the right thumb because I didn't want them to mess it up." Don't be rolling your eyes at me, Jess. Don't judge me.
They supposed to mark it.
I marked it for them because I ain't trusting. They did 3 people. The people before me, they did it wrong 3 times, so I marked it my damn self.
Because I've had some plastic surgery up top, and they mark everything.
I'm just taking care of business.
No, they mark them things because you know them real important. On those regular folks, they don't mark shit.
And that's what's up, Lee. Lisa, and she can still get compliments on her mugs, and that's the kind of business you want to be. Jessica want to be remembered for we on the show one day, and a dude got off the bus just to talk about Jessica cupcakes. I'm thinking he was talking about her food, but he missed the bus talking about her food. And like I said, watching people who have tasted her food, everybody seems to love it. So I can't knock it. And that's what you want to be as a business owner. And that's why when you're a good business owner, even if you ain't serving millions of people, your brand is who you are. Yeah. People associate with that. So you want to put out a good product. Roy wants to put out a good product. Lau don't want to get shit at haircuts. Because the dude that cut Trina hair the other day, man, I ain't on parole. Trina went to go fight him. Oh yeah, cause Trina wouldn't tell me who he was, and it's funny. She was like, he was trying to get a tip. I was like, you should have told him that your dude got pistols and he need to let you out of there with the quickness. The hell what the hell? You're a professional. That's what you did. Ain't nobody going back. But now the dude that did her tattoo, he took a little too long, but he did a great job. And that's what people don't realize. You can sometimes you ain't got to be the quickest, but when you do a good job, people they overlook something. Yeah. But you got to let your work speak for you, because that determines whether or not you get that comeback. Because at the end of the day, we all love a good deal, right? But a good deal ain't the driving force for most of us.
If it ain't a deal if you get jacked up.
Right. If the good deal come with shitty service, we don't want it. But if I got to pay a little bit more to get what I want, how I want it, guess what? And them the times you'll see people standing in line. Because I bet sometimes Jessica get upset because she got to turn some people down because she got to do stuff and too many people want stuff at the same time. Yeah. You got to figure out how you prioritize. Are you prioritizing by your best customers, or you prioritizing whatever your need is at the time? Because when you got the time, you take care of your best people first.
Oh yeah.
When you ain't got the time and rent due, you take care of the most expensive ones first. And that's just the business of business. You want a bunch of $3 cakes. This dude want a $400 cake. Baby, I'm gonna get yours. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna even give you $1 off each cake, but I need to take care of this $400 order first. And that's something that most of us don't understand. And that's why we like to go to good businesses and act out. Go to a shitty business. They need all the publicity they could get. Good businesses don't really care about all that extra publicity because they got a steady crowd coming in. Steady crowd. It ain't too much to overwhelm them. I'm sure Jessica likes the thought of having her own brick and mortar building and having 8 or 9 people there helping her cook. But you know what? That's more problems. That's more time she got to give up doing something.
More problems.
That may be a future goal, but right now she like what she doing. Yes. Trina the same way. Trina could teach people how to help her do this. But that's more stuff she got to do. She like having a nice little steady flow, as one of my bosses used to say. He say, listen, whatever you do, you should always be able to eat steak once a month. as long as you can do that, you can splurge on yourself once a month. You're doing okay. You don't have to worry about what nobody else thinks. Everybody don't want to be a millionaire. Some people good with being 100,000aires or 60,000aires because their life is good. They ain't stressing. They ain't got to keep worrying about, Roy want to get to a point. I don't know if he want to be at, V103 level or not. But Roy doing what Roy do. Roy training people. But if all of a sudden Roy got hit and he had to hire 100 people to start doing stuff, that may be, and that's what a lot of us don't consider sometimes. I don't know if this is Roy's case or not, but sometimes that's our downfall. We expand too quickly without perfecting our art.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not a problem with us. I'm actually scalable within it. It's funny. Somebody asked me, they were like, what would happen if somebody told you, okay, Roy, here go $3 million for your business. We looked at your business plan and you said you need $3 million to do A, B, C, and D. How soon could you be up and running fully functional with that $3 million? I told him, you can give me, actually, if they give me the $3 million, I can be ready in 30 days. And the only reason that it takes 30 days is because we've got processes that we're going to have to do that are going to take time, like land purchases, equipment purchases, stuff that comes in. But, Malik ain't the only person that we train into to be able to do the production. I'm not trying to do production in the next 5 months. So that's why, like, when we were talking about it earlier, and I was saying how the deal is going to change. People can't come on and get a show. You won't, in another couple of months, you won't be able to spend $300 and get 6 months worth of full production. It's not going to happen. Malik looking at me like, he going to be like, yo, dude, I make that, just for a certain number of shows. Because we're giving you a full-blown producer that follows in that. And then, again, we talk about the skill sets and the talent of people doing it. It's a lot of people out there that do live streams. They don't do what we do, though.
Right. And I will vouch for that.
We do. Like I said, what D talked about, this COVID thing gonna be over soon. Everybody gonna want to be out somewhere doing a live show. And guess what? We gonna have people who gonna be coming back to me because somebody told them they could do it. And when they went out and did it, they had a horrible experience. They didn't know they didn't know how stuff was going. They couldn't do certain things. We're dealing with that with some of the colleges that we deal with now. The colleges, they listen, I had a college paid their money up front. They got stuff and they was like, yo, we didn't know we was getting that. It's like, of course you didn't. You not telling me every week that I got to break down and wait for you to send me a check to get when I get there. I'm like, no, man, that hurts my process. Because some of my people, I have to pay early.
Right.
At least get them a deposit because they're professionals. This is what they do for a living. And if you mess around and cancel a game, guess what I still got to do?
Still got to pay them because you done told them to cancel another gig.
Exactly. They done contracted something else. That's one of the things with my industry that a lot of people don't realize. We're turning money down.
And it's what a lot of people don't realize. I mean, like I said, people, we can set up some security stuff, but please believe there's a 4-hour block minimum. Once I get people to commit to it, your cancellation don't mean nothing to me, which is why I require a deposit. We can negotiate what I'm gonna get, but when I get other people to stop and do stuff for this, and all of a sudden you decide I'm not finna try to, that's bad business. And Lee saying, she had the mask overflow, she had to hire people, but now she got time for other things. But we all want that little quick influx of too much business. But it becomes a headache because you don't want to disappoint nobody. You got people like Trina and Jessica who probably a little anal about perfecting their craft, and they they look at everything and it's the eye, the circle on the eye, it's a little bit bigger than the eye, so they got to keep doing that. So having too much works against them because they what is it called? They OCD kick in.
We're perfectionists, but like you said, you don't want to be a jack of all trades but master of none. You want to master this craft, and when you get that good, then you can move on to the next thing and so on and so forth. But even then, you still don't want to be overwhelmed with so much to do and so many orders. You kind of want to, pick I guess you do what you want to do. Everybody do what they do. But when you're like one person, you kind of want to pick your few things that you excel at and stick with those. For the most part.
Just don't want to be so busy that when it's time to make that fish at 2 a.m, she still got to make 22 cakes because now she can't get that fish. So,
Yes, I've been there.
So, and that's the thing that everybody think people who get in the business want to be a millionaire. And so, a lot of people don't. They just want to be comfortable with their lifestyle. We ain't all trying to drive expensive cars. We still got affordable cars, and that's what we cool with. And people don't get that because they got a different business idea and they think that that's the norm when it's not. And that's the crazy part about it. Like I said, everybody trying to go in your pockets. They trying to dip in your pocket. Well, you do this, you do this. The cake mix don't cost. Well, cake mix cost $3. Just why you charging $25 for a cake?
Cake mix.
Hold on now. We already had the Duncan High commercial. We already had the Duncan High. Hey, Roy, mute her, cause we ain't finna fight about Duncan High right now. I like Duncan High. I like Betty Crocker.
You like sugar-free Betty Crocker?
I don't want no sugar-free Betty. It's got to be some sugar. Roy, go on and block her. Just kick off the show.
Roy not producing the show today. I'm sitting back like you.
But yeah, I mean, people want what they want, and everybody got you. We want success, but we want it where we want it, not what somebody want us to have it. Oh, don't you want to do this? I seen you did security for so I don't want to do all that traveling. I got Trina, I don't know if it's one of them anomaly things, but I like being with Trina. So I don't want a job that's gonna have me gone 20 days a month no more. When I was single, I didn't mind traveling whenever, wherever. Wasn't nobody but me. Now, when Trina start working on my nerve, I'm gonna reach out back to these people and say, hey man, anybody going to Saudi Arabia, anybody going to the moon. But right now we get along fine. So I don't need all this security stuff. Oh man, you turn the money down. Yeah. I like having a happy home right now. That's more important than what you bringing to the table. Speaking of happy home and bringing to the table.
What a segue.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Since I got Trina and Jessica on here, and and I got y'all, fellas, we talked about this a little bit last week, but I had to get some ladies' opinion on it because I did a post, and about the $4,000 birthday gift, and I watched some of the comments, and I'm confused. So I got Trina and John, and they answered on the page. But if an ex gives you $4,000 for a birthday gift, and you in a serious relationship, do you return the $4,000 because your new partner wants you to return it?
I'm gonna keep it okay.
No.
Jessica?
Absolutely not. I'm not returning it.
Why not?
A few reasons. One, it's a gift. And okay, you want to have a temper tantrum. I'll buy you a pair of shoes. They'll shut you up.
Buy some diapers.
$4,000.
Buy some diapers.
Right. I'm not going because the $4,000 can benefit us both. I could return it, but I'll need you to double it. Okay. So if he gave me 4, I need you to give me 8, and I return it. That's how I look at it.
But
I
D,
got a
hold
whole
on.
patio set in a cart.
Hold on, D. Let me ask a question. You got to answer. You got to ask the question right though. Do you first off? Do you tell your partner about the $4,000? See, Jessica. Jessica, you done started a fight.
Relationship? Are you being honest in your relationship?
Jessica done started a fight. She ain't telling her partner about it. See, there you go.
That's not what it said. It said, you get $4,000 from a gift as a birthday gift from your partner, and then you tell your partner, and they tell you to return it. It didn't ask anything about do you tell. So in the scenario, you do tell, and they want you to.
Even if not, no. If that's a part of it, no, I would not tell. I wouldn't say anything.
Right.
I mean, honestly, if I'm not married to you, I don't owe you any type of explanation.
But
relationship?
What if it's a committed relationship?
But what if he is your husband? Does that matter?
No, even if it's my husband, guess what? I just paid the mortgage up for the next 6 months because my mortgage is super cheap. I bet you shut up then.
But see, girl,
you'd be surprised. These fools, they don't care, girl. They would rather struggle and be broke than to let you get something from another girl. Some of these fools.
Or if I use that $4,000 for us to go to Hawaii or whatever. My thing is, you can benefit from it too.
In peace because you got it for birthday money from your ex.
See, these are my two things, and ladies, y'all tell me y'all opinion. One, and this is my opinion. Period. If you can't tell your man, whether he's your husband, your special dude, whatever, if you can't tell him, then that should be your red flag. If he's afraid of you coming up, that should be, to me, that's a red flag that you can't tell him that. Because, me and Trina talked about this. I would have more of an issue with an ex sending her a bra and panty set. it's a whole lot cheaper.
Right.
Oh, it don't meet the $4,000 threshold, but I would have more of a problem because now I'm thinking they done had some kind of personal conversation. Because how he know your size, but money, and and
why
I'm
he
looking
just sending her money off the tip for no reason at all?
It don't matter. See, that's the
Who
cares? Let me ask you a quick question. If you cut somebody's hair and they gave you $1,000, you gonna tell them that's too big a tip?
No, guess why? Here's the thing, because I gave him a service. That's how I got the money. The tail end of that question, which we talked about last week, was we're always going to think, or we're thinking of what's the exchange.
You're right.
If one of my women gave me $4,000, you think whoever I'm dating ain't gonna have a problem with it?
If they had a problem, get rid of her.
Like I said like I was talking to Darren about, you don't know what transpired in that relationship. She could have been that person that saved his life. He was on drugs or something. He made, and then he came across some money, and he feels so grateful and thankful, and that he gave it. I'm some real mess. When I was a teenager and I was out in these streets, getting kicked out and living here and living there. There's a couple people that let me hit it big. I'm gonna hit them off just because they was there for me and they opened their door, to let me sleep somewhere and have, some food for me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what people done been through in relationships.
But as Lyle said,
the point of the question is not being able, you not telling us that, because 9 times out of 10, and this is something that's going to happen regardless of how tight your relationship is. When you, just because Darren asked a question, when you have to hide something from me, that's human nature, that if you are hiding something from me, then you are now saying that in your mind, there's something wrong with it. Because if we're in a committed relationship, and Dino, this is my whole thing, I'm one of them dudes, 100% honesty. Give me the transparency.
That's what a lot of people say.
Because, but the thing is, I'm one of those people who means it, because I'm going to tell you this, I can't dictate, or no, you can't control who responds or who reacts to you. You can only deal with what you respond to yourself.
To them.
And how you react to them.
I personally would not hide it. I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm gonna tell anyway, but with that, it's kind of like, okay, so are you telling about every single gift that you get? Oh, my cousin gave me $10 and my brother.
No.
Are you telling everything?
There's a difference between a family member. There's a difference between a family member and an ex. Because see, that's the thing. And especially if we, knowing 9 times out of 10, or at least in my relationships, I'm going to know who the different exes are that you dealt with. Because I want to know. I want to know the issues that you went through with people, because I don't want to create the same problems. Because it could just be little things like little habits that can be changed. But if you're talking about family, that's a different story. No, you don't necessarily tell, but I may ask you, like if you said, Jessica said, we going to Hawaii. We get to Hawaii, I'd be like, where the hell you get the money for to go to Hawaii? I'm like, now I'm going to be sitting over there sipping on something and smiling on the beach when I say it, but I'm going to still want to know.
And see, that's crazy
Just
for
say
you.
I got
Where did she get the money to
But
go
see,
to?
why do you have to lie about it?
That's not lying.
What's in my bank account? I don't know what's in his bank account.
But they got a lot. They got a lot because of where our imaginations jump to. Because see, Roy, Lyle, you said something. You provided a service. So if Trina and Jessica gave that last dude a good time and that's what he remembered, and all of a sudden he came into it, want to give it, what's wrong with that? And the most important thing, it was a birthday gift. Now, if it's just $4,000 like the blue, yeah, that's a super long conversation. Right. But it is a birthday present. And it's amazing how many people willing to return a birthday present. It's a birthday present. Who cares why and who cares what he expects? Because, hell, truth be told, and we had this conversation, every guy that opened the door for Trina and stand back and take a look at her booty wants some. So am I supposed to tell her not to let a dude open the door for her because that dude gonna want some, and she got to give him some now because she went through an open door? And it's the same thing. She just got a gift. Yes, it is. He gave her something. He gave her something and she didn't do nothing for her. So how's that reaching?
That's stretching there.
No, it ain't.
Because we know. Listen. We know being gentlemen. You know that. We looking at asses when we walk through the door. Right. That don't mean I want nothing. Right, exactly. That don't mean I want her.
Exactly. So just cause somebody gave them money don't mean they want them. It means they want to give them money. So why are we jumping to conclusions about what if? See, that's a whole.
Nothing in the world free, and we just wondering why they.
And see, don't say that loud because baby. I wish you could be if you could be a woman. Don't sit there and say there ain't nothing in the world free because we get a lot of free shit. Okay.
Right.
And on top of that, your expectation is not my obligation. I don't have to do a damn thing just because you expect me to.
And Trina, I agree with you 100% in that point. My issue isn't with keeping the gift. My issue is that if me and you were, and since you and Darren, I'm gonna use Jessica. Well, she says, I ain't gonna say what I remember hearing her saying, but she got special. She got ones that got special needs and requirements. So I can use Jessica at this point. I think me and Jessica in a relationship. And if she has a problem telling me that Roy, my ex just gave me $4,000 for birthday or whatever, we get birthday or damn Christmas. I don't care. My issue is you have a problem with telling me because now my question to you, why wouldn't you? My question is why won't you tell me that? Because I'm not a jealous type. Because my expectation
telling you, I just don't want to.
See what? But why? Why? See that? But, no, I can put it this way: me and you would have problems in a relationship. Because
I would sit here and just simply, honestly, it's my wording is everything. If you choose not to sit here and ask any more questions after that, that's on you. I'm like, hey, bro, I got this bonus, $4,000. More likely, you're gonna assume it came from work.
No. See, that was like you said. Me and you, I'm different. I'm not gonna assume. I'm like a bonus. I'm like, well, shit. When was the last time you got a bonus from work? And when as soon as I say that, you didn't have to change it.
But that's when you
want a bonus from work.
That's when you clocking her dollars, you clocking her money.
I'm about to say
bank account because like
I said, committed relationship.
Bonuses from time to time at work. Don't nobody know except
we're
when they get paid on time.
If we're in a committed relationship, and let's not say the scenario didn't say whether or not if we're living together, and you see. Like I said, I don't know, and this is one of those situations where you deal with personal things. That's a whole different situation because I'm not living with you unless I got a ring. So, well, okay. So the scenario, committed relationship. Do we have to say husband? You know this. So if it's your husband, do you divulge all the information up front, or do you make him?
Yeah. I'll tell him, hey, guess what? I got $4,000 last month that I spent from Billy.
See, you know what?
For my birthday. And I meant to tell you, but I forgot. But it's gone now. But I meant to tell you, I forgot.
He's saying that's an ego. That's not an ego thing. But that's a trust thing. It ain't because if we're sitting here, hold on. Let me say something. I'm gonna listen because of what she based on what Jessica just said. Because if again, you can't tell me that now Trina, we know Trina different. Trina's like we don't put Trina on the point because we know Trina will pimp you out. So we're not worried about that. We didn't had that conversation already.
And remember, you ain't supposed to say her name or else I get in trouble.
Oh yeah, when we talk about that, the artist formerly known as right. So we know that. But if I'm in a relationship with somebody and you come up on $4,000 and you wait till a month later to tell me, I like at that point that's not an ego issue. That's a trust issue.
I guess I look at $4,000 like almost about $40. I don't know. I guess me $4,000 right now is gone the moment it hit my hand because of stuff that I already got in my cart on Amazon. So I just really to me I'm like $4,000. Like you tripping on $4,000. I can see if the man bought me a car. I can see that's not $4,000. See
now you're quantifying it. Because it's not about the amount. At that point, it's about the trust. Okay, how would you feel if you're married? Hold on. If you're married,
let's say the same man gave me a $10 gift card to Bath and Body Works. I gotta tell you that too. You gonna feel the same way? So quantity does have
you talk about a $10. No, I know you. So I know that $10 that $10 gift card to Bath and Body Works don't mean nothing to you. I know that.
That $4,000 didn't either when I bought you them shoes.
But see,
last month.
Well, first off, I didn't know what that came from. I didn't.
Hold on. Let me say this. This is the issue. This is the issue with women. women know how their men are. So for the ones that won't tell, they're indicating something about the man having an insecurity. That's why they won't tell. See, me and Trina can talk, but you know why we can talk? Me and Trina have had improper conversations. We talk about this all the time. We've been having them probably since day 6. Uncomfortable conversations that normal people don't have. That's right. And I told you, when me and Trina were dating, we could tell each other. When we were dating and she was in New York and I was here, we could talk about dates we went on and whether or not we slept with somebody and keep it moving like it wasn't nothing. We talked like we was friends. That was part of what made us so strong, because we never had to hide that. So there's no need to. When Trina go out in public, Trina ain't finna come home and tell me every guy that flirt with her. One, I don't care. She gonna tell me about the ones who said something that made her laugh or that she remember. Other than that, hell, the first time I went out and some white guy almost ran me over at Dollar Tree, you know, we were there for that and it wasn't no trip. So when these women are saying something, we got, as men, we got to look at why is it they feel the need not to tell us. And what Lee said, a lot of our egos can't handle it, because the first thing we think is a dude wants something. And when I ask a simple question, one simple question, what's the most you ever gave a woman that you love? Can't none of them dudes say $4,000. So why would a woman dismiss $4,000 when historically, we will leave them high and dry? So she should get a $4,000 back, hoping that we gonna stay. They got to protect their future like we protect ours. So what we got to do, we as men, is we have to understand this and be more accepting and hope that we made a good choice, that the woman who gonna take this is gonna do what Trina said. Just because a dude expects something, that don't mean nothing to Trina. He can expect what he want to. Lyle, when a woman hits you up, you know what not they expect something when they coming out to get their little makeup. You know when they ask them to put their hand on your thigh or they want a discount, you have to respond accordingly. I know when women at the club try to hit me up, I know when they want something. But do it mean I'm going to turn down? No, because they can expect what they want to expect. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give them a smile, and as Roy would tell you, I'm going to slink back out the club just like I slink in that bitch. I'm slinking right back out without no name, without no number, because I don't need all of that. But if you want to give me something, that's fine. And we got to accept that and not take it personal, because women will tell a guy that's trusting.
That's different than what Jessica's saying. See, I guess for me, that's different than what it is. Hold on, let me say something, because just like Trina said when we were, the artist formerly known as, just like she said last week, she was like, she gave you what? You know, see if you can get 10. You know, if that's a different story, but see Jessica, you're saying that, but the point of the matter is that there's already been full disclosure. See, at that point, what she's doing is she's saying Darren had told her about it. So now she's like, oh, well, I know where his head at, because he's right. This is why I say it boils down to the whole trust situation. It's a different, and I get it. If y'all are talking about, I will accept the fact saying, okay, there's a difference between a husband and somebody you're just committed to. Again, if you're living together, I think that moves into a whole other thing. Yeah. The reality is the ring and the ceremony ain't nothing but a piece of paper. At that point, if y'all living together and y'all are in a committed relationship, I think, again, I think that there needs to be full disclosure in the marriage, in the relationship, because now we're sharing spaces, and the things that you do can impact me without me having to have any issues. I mean, without me having any control over it. So I don't know this dude. Just say, for an example, it's an ex, and all of a sudden your ex doing this now because he wants you back. But you don't tell me this. Your ex hold on, Trina, hold on, Trina, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me give you an example. You can have an ex that wants you back. He may not say that to you, but he gonna come to me knowing that you're the type of person that you are, that you came into some money and you ain't gonna tell me. He gonna come to me 3 weeks before you tell me on that month later and be like, yeah, man, you know me, I'm trying to get back with Jessica. You know, and I gave her this $4,000 last month. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you gave her $4,000 last month? Oh, she didn't tell you about that?
See, you're assuming that that's what all guys do. That's just not what all guys do.
I didn't say all guys. That's my point. I didn't say all guys, because there's a reason. Listen, I'm going to be the type of boyfriend or person that you get involved with, person that you're committed to. We're going to talk about our past relationships. I'm going to know the ones that and I'm talking about the ones you were serious with. You either had children with them, y'all were together for more than 3 years, y'all did such and such together, because I need to know who their personalities are. See, this is Darren talks about one of the things that's funny. Darren always talk about that women can tell us what they say they do, but we just like we see and we can tell y'all what men say they do in relationship. But
That's
see,
exactly
the reality
what I'm saying to you now.
But hold on, but what I'm saying, we also know some of our friends. We watch what dudes do. We know how some dudes are. And you can see tendencies in some men. No, right, because there's always going to be an exception. It's not saying that everything else. But I've seen, like, I've literally seen dudes do stuff like that.
But why is your response, everything is about trust with you? Because for me, I'm gonna be straight up honest. My reason for not telling my man about $4,000 won't have nothing to do with trust. My thing is, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm a little selfish. I don't want you to ask me for none of it.
But see,
oh
wow. So your man needs to know you. See, that's a different situation.
I mean, I may buy you a pair of shoes that's gonna take maybe 200 of it, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I got 3 kids. I really don't want you to ask me for none of this. So that's more of my reason for not telling you.
But see there it is then. That again. So Trina, you see what I'm saying about trust now, though. That's a different situation.
I do and I don't. Like when I was with my ex, I had got some. I don't even remember what the hell the damn money was for, but I got a couple $1,000, something about my student loan or overpaid or something. That's I don't remember what. I ain't tell him shit. It just wasn't money.
That's a completely different scenario.
How?
That's a completely different scenario.
The point is, I got a couple $1,000 that he knew nothing about, and I didn't feel the need to tell him. It's my money. It's my money. How I manage this is, my thing. When it comes to money, like I said, Darren don't know what's in my bank account. I don't know what's in his bank account. We probably a little crazy for that, but we trust each other enough to know that we gonna do what we need to do with this money. If I get
what did you just say? That's my point.
Yeah, you used the wrong word. You just hyped him up.
That was my Trina. That's my whole point. No. Listen, hold on, Trina. Let me stop. Hold on, listen.
Roy, hold up. Because you sitting here talking about something. Look, you got me pointing my finger and shit. Talking about some. Where did you get $4,000? You don't know how much I got in the bank any damn way. So how you know that I just got a $4,000 come up? You don't know what's in my bank.
Trina. Okay, see, Trina. So let's quantify this now. Let's make sure we get everything right. You're using the situation that Jessica said tied into it. You're right. You and D are different.
No, we're not.
Listen. No, yes, y'all are. Because just like you said, you've already said it. One of the things that you do, which is just like I talked about, I'm going to have uncomfortable conversations with whoever I get involved with. If we serious, once we say, you know what, me and you going to try this thing where we're going to be at least exclusive, we are having conversations about our past, about our personal health, about our mental health. We are doing all of that.
But that's the strength in the relationship.
Let me just address this real quick because Robert says, okay, don't ask him for nothing. Baby, I don't. Okay, I don't ask him for nothing.
Nothing.
Well, you stole my candy.
Was that comment towards what I said?
Don't ask him. I'm not the asking type of girlfriend. I'm sorry, I'm not even a girlfriend no more. But anywho,
that's right. But see, that's the point.
Right. Yeah, she'll straight thief now. She just takes it.
My own money type and save my own money type. I ain't never been in gimme, never, ever.
Hold on, you told me to pay for Applebee's. Hold on, did we miss something?
Boy, you better stop.
And I think we're missing the point because, and part of what Trina's saying is correct.
What the point is.
Had we not done our taxes together, we wouldn't have had a clue. Hell, Trina popped out some money the other day that she been saving because I don't check her. I don't ask her how much she do in sales. But for this situation, yeah, I believe we should share about birthday gifts. But that's my belief, and that's me and Trina's conversation. But if that ain't how y'all get down, again, it's about what's right and wrong for you and your love and life. If everybody accept that, because I had a conversation when I did one of them relationship shows where a chick want to know about my 401k. Trina can't tell you shit about my 401k. She's never asked me. And if she did, now as a wife, I would tell her, but as a girlfriend, it wasn't her business. I don't care what her investment is in me, because now I think she's trying to kill me. Just know that something happened. You taking care of. That's all you need to know. But what we have to do is stop. We have to look at who we picking. And when guys pick ratchet ass women, they got way more questions because me and Trina will pimp the shit out of each other. Is somebody gonna pay some money and think they're gonna get something? Because your thoughts unless we got a receipt and that shit ain't illegal, that you can't even take us to court from. Because what you gonna say? I gave her $4,000 for her birthday, and she won't answer my phone call. and what did I say we gonna do? I said we gonna call him and tell him thank you. That way he know I know, so he can't even try to hold it over nobody's head.
Exactly.
But that's me and Trina. That's me and Trina. Jessica's in a whole nother situation. Jessica got her strengths, and Jessica will call her brother out. So if Jessica don't tell because she don't want to risk having to share her, because she gonna get you a little gift. She done already said that. She just don't want to ask you where you got to give money
from. I get you some little Shaq shoes.
Some little Shaq. Yeah. You better get them Jordan 29s. But that's what she want to do with hers, because she already, and we're just gonna use the brother that she talked about. She already getting up at 2 a.m. making him fish. So that brother better be happy he ain't getting fish grease. So, but every relationship is different and right and wrong for different people. Because I'm looking at the reason a lot of these guys saying, oh, she got to return it because he gonna want something. See, that means you don't trust your woman, because he can want whatever he want. Jessica walk around the street, Trina walk out. Plenty of guys want something. Like I said, whether he open the door or whether Trina can go to Burger King and if some dude say, hey, Mom, can I buy your food? And she gonna bring me a Whopper back. Let that dude pay. When we go out to the club, if a dude want to buy a drink, that's $8 I save. Trina gonna get just as drunk and freaky with me. Save me that money. But if he buy her a drink, that's disrespectful. How? It's saving you money. Some of our mentalities ain't set up for that. And these women know, because they have to placate to our sensitivity. And some of us ain't sensitive, but the bulk of us are. Because I'm looking at all these guys who keep saying the woman got to be doing something. But then when I ask them, how many women have you given $4,000 to? All of them quiet as cricket. So you ain't never gave your woman $4,000, so you don't want to be top. I wish you could tell. A guy could buy Trina a car, and guess what? We're going to ride by his house. Here, if he's staying in another state, we're going to take a road trip just so Trina can tell him thank you to his face. But I'm going to be right there in the driver's seat drinking.
But see, dude, that's the point. You're making the point. That's why I say you two are different. You two have already made the statement that you're there, you understand and you know each other. And that's what, to me, if you're going to be in a committed relationship with somebody, and when I say committed, even if you're not legally married in the sense that y'all went to the courthouse and did whatever, you are cohabitating with somebody. And especially in a situation like y'all got kids, y'all doing all this stuff, you have to know everything about that man.
No, we don't have to know everything.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But see, you don't know. Hold on. No. Jessica, wait. No, Jessica, let me say this. Let me just say this at this point right now, because this is, at least, let me put it to you, at least in my opinion at this point. One of the reasons that it was so difficult for me to even talk about seriously dating women after I got my divorce, because my children were young. I'm not bringing just any woman around my daughters. And if I'm going to bring a woman into the house to live with my daughters, you better be damn sure that me and her done had every conversation about any crazy Negro she done dated, any situation that she done been in that could possibly negatively impact me and my household. That is irresponsible as hell of me not to know. Darren and Trina have already said that y'all done talked about y'all past relationships.
Let Jessica speak, then I got something to say.
You keep comparing Darren and Trina as if, you're doing the same thing. I feel like Darren and Trina, they have their own way of doing things to help strengthen their relationship. I feel like you're doing these investigative questions to basically help with your insecurities. Because for you to sit here and feel like you're going to get every single answer from a woman, I'm going to know every single thing about her. Why? Because you asked. You think she's going to tell you every single detail? Right. And usually it's that one relationship she left out was the one that meant the most to her that she ain't going to tell you about.
Why?
And that's probably who that $4,000 going to come out. Just because you actually think she going to give it to you?
Jessica, you're talking about me taking it. I don't want the $4,000.
No, I'm not talking about the $4,000. What I'm talking about is you're saying that you're going to know every single thing about a person. I don't care how long you've been a person. You're never going to know 100%.
But
you can't ask you grill her, you interrogate her, you ask her about her previous relationship. She's going to tell you what she wants you to know about that.
If she ends up lying to me, and that puts our household in jeopardy, that's a lie. If I ask a direct question and you tell me something or you leave it out, I can't deal with that.
Let me say this.
Like she said, insecurities.
Let me say this because let me say this because I'm gonna say this because me and Trina done did this, and I will bet 90% of people have done this. Me and Trina have had a lot of conversations that at the time were totally honest, but guess what? Somewhere along the way, something that we forgot came up. It that one that we dismissed it intentionally. Hell, I done thought about women that I'm like, damn, I ain't never tell about this woman because I forgot about her. So and something just popped up. So we can have as many conversations we want to. You ain't gonna never get everything because our memories don't work like that. Right. Our memories give us crazy shit at the last minute. Hell, I had a sheet with guys, and I said, Trina, what about that? She's like, damn, I forgot I told you about him. And then Trina said, well, this guy. It ain't that she lied to me. It's just that ain't nobody sitting around with a Rolodex except for few crazy people with everybody they've ever dealt with. And Jessica said it could be the one that you don't remember. I mean, the one that you love the most. Hell, it could be the one that you remember the least, who happened to play your birthday, won someone and sent you a little lick. They can't remember everything like we can't. So you can try to hell, me and Trina been together 3 years. We can still have conversations that are new and improved about some stuff that happened 6 months ago. Just because it slipped our mind at the time, it don't mean we were lying.
There's a difference. I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that.
Right, yeah. You said you're going to know everything. Right, there's no way you're going to know everything.
You know what I mean. I'm going to ask certain questions. Okay, you're right. So I did say everything.
Right, and you can't.
Right. There's going to be some stuff, but hold on. At the same time, there's a difference between Jessica saying that she forgot something or if it came up and her consciously telling me she's not going to tell me certain things. That's what Jessica said. Jessica said that she just like, no, she said that one that I really love is the one I'm not telling you about.
But guess what?
Just like she said, but why is that? Why not tell me about that?
I'm gonna tell you why. Cause she gonna look at how you do it. Cause this is one of the things that Trina said to me. Trina said, you know why I like you? She said, I can tell you stuff and you don't even hold against me. When women see you start judging them, and that's why I tell people, me and Trina can talk about all her exes, but we never put me and them in the same category. She can tell me the best about, then we discuss me and her, but we never combine the two. Most dudes want to compare themselves to an ex and shit hit the fan. So and women have to change the narrative.
That's a good point that you just made because you said that I told you that I can tell you things because I know that you're not going to judge me, whereas Roy is sitting here wanting to know this information for judgment purposes.
Exactly.
Why is that? No, that's not judgment. That's not being judgmental.
It may not be to judge her, but to judge her decisions in men or something in the past.
See, that's one of the things.
And you said that you will ask direct questions and how in the hell you going to verify her answers is what I want to know. How you going to verify everything?
You know what? But Trina, I can't hold on. You're right. I can't verify. My expectation is the woman that I'm getting that serious with is not lying to me. See, I'm going to take you at your word. That's the difference. I'm not looking at it. My questioning isn't about being judgmental. Like
you can't interrogate, Roy. You can't interrogate. Roy,
I didn't say interrogate.
Roy, yes, you did. You said I'm gonna ask her questions and want to know. Roy, that means it's not a free flowing conversation. What me and Trina did was free flowing because the minute they feel. Hit me out. Now we listen to you. Listen, the minute that it turns into an interrogation and you start saying, I want to know this before I put you around my kid, it becomes an FBI show. And now they don't want to play because it ain't an organic conversation. When me and Trina sit in the bathtub and we discuss stuff that people shouldn't be discussing in the bathtub, it ain't never raised voices. It's some inappropriate shit. But you got to let it be free flowing. Roy, and you got to listen to what they telling you they getting from it, Roy. And that could be part of what you missing. You may say it with the best of intention. Don't say no, Roy, because how you feel ain't how people interpret. Trina had said stuff to me that I took the wrong way. I've said stuff to her that she took the wrong way. My heart was in a different place, but one of the things we had to realize is how you say stuff don't mean that's how I take it. You have to understand how I take it for us to move forward. And yeah, you want to know this, but you got to let me tell it when I'm ready to tell it. Just because I want to know right now, don't mean Trina ready to talk. Hell, I suffer from depression. Trina can't just bring up depression whenever she decides she want to know. She got to wait till I'm willing to have that conversation. That's important to everything we do. But I can't just discuss it at the drop of a dime. I can't.
Did she ask you that though? Or did you just come out and tell her that in conversation? Did she come up to you and say, hey, do you have depression?
Nope.
Thank you.
Right.
See, you know what? Now, see, now, Jessica, you getting over exaggerated because that's not how. Hold on, that's not how. Let me tell you where that statement. Because see, this is what y'all got to do. You got to quantify what we're talking about and when we're combining it. Stuff like that. That is for D to divulge to her. That is for him.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Now, had I dealt with somebody in the past who had, mental illness issues, that would be something that I would probably want to know next time. Because, like, if there was ever a chance that me and Darren did not make it, you best believe that next dude getting asked. Because I want to know. I need to know this shit.
Right. Okay. So, Trina, one of the things that you just did is you just made my point to what I was saying. When I was talking about asking the questions, this is where I said that we would start getting into that. Now, yes, let me make sure I say what I said. I said, yes, if I'm going to start cohabitating with somebody, there are things that I need to know. And there are questions, yes, that I am going to ask that are going to be uncomfortable ass questions.
For judgment purposes.
No, it's not, Trina. Hold on. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
It's for judgment purposes. I ain't even about to sit here in front. I need to judge whether or not I want to deal with your ass.
But see, that's not judgment. That's discernment. Because that's what I was about to say. The point is, if I'm going to ask you the first question, the first question I ask every woman, and D, we done talked about this on the show before.
I got to hear this.
When I get ready to get serious with somebody, have you ever been stalked? And do you have a crazy ass ex? Because
that's reasonable.
And those are the kind of questions I'm talking about. Reasonable. Because see, now I need to know if I'm putting you in imagine that. If I'm putting you in the house with my daughters, and this nigga decides he wants to roll up one night, and I'm looking at him like, who the fuck are you? These are the things that's when I talk about those types of questions, when I'm getting ready to make that move and cohabitate with somebody, those are the types of questions, the questions that literally are life and death related in the situation in my household. Because as a man, I need to know what my expectations are. Because see, I'm going to ask, because here's the first question I'm going to ask you after that. You say, yeah, I've been stalked before. Yeah, I got a crazy ex. Guess what the first question is? What do you think the first question after that is going to be?
Is he dead?
Where he live?
No. The first question is going to be, did you file a report? Do the police know about this situation? See, you said that, Darren, as a former police officer, how important is that? Because see, if you didn't file a report, that means you didn't take it serious enough to tell somebody about that. And that in itself is something that now is very serious for me to have to deal with. Because see, the first time he come around, and even if you didn't, it's not a judgment thing. I'm gonna say, okay, so you didn't. But the first time this dude come around and he do something crazy, we go into the police station. And we filed a report. See, y'all are looking at it that I'm trying to be judgmental of what you're doing. Me needing information as the man, as the head of a household, there are certain things that I need to know to be able to protect my family.
But the examples that you're using now is for protection purposes. Yeah, but some of the other stuff you were saying wasn't.
No, when we talked about the other stuff, I was talking about directly to a response to the statement that Jessica made. Jessica said, and this is what I was going to clarify. Jessica came in and said, the month after that, I'm gonna come to you and be like, "Oh, boo! Remember when I bought you them shoes? I got that $4,000 from something." And you know, if she just say I got $4,000, I am gonna ask questions. Where did you get the $4,000 from?
Scratch off.
She says, "Huh?" Jessica, what are you doing at that point now? You're lying. That is a lie. That is not the point, and that's what I was talking about. I need the person because I'm gonna tell you, as much as me and Darren are different in a lot of ways, there are a lot of ways that we're the same way. I'm gonna tell whoever I'm with, I don't have to. I got way too much shit that I'm trying to do in my life to be worried about if the woman I'm sleeping next to is lying to me.
It's $4,000. You're acting like it's $40,000.
No, see, Jessica, it's not about the money.
I can't pay off nothing with that $4,000.
It's not about the
it's not about the amount.
But that's what I'm saying. So what's the difference between that and me getting a $10 gift card from him from Bath and Body Works? What's
Jessica,
the difference?
Listen. Let me explain something to you. Let's get realistic. Okay, so we'll quantify that part about it being the amount. Damn it, if it's anything over $1,000, yeah, you need to be telling me that somebody just randomly giving you some shit.
Okay, so we'll say he gave me $1,000 a week. That way I ain't gotta tell you.
See, no, now you're being deceptive. That's not what happened. He gave
I don't know. I guess I look at that's for me, again, I feel like it's not enough for it to be an issue.
Yeah, it's that. See, that's.
If my man comes home with a new 55-inch screen TV and his ex bought it for him, okay.
Well, and let me just say this: everybody ain't for everybody. Sometimes you have to realize that.
Right,
So
exactly.
There are a lot of people who couldn't deal with Trina. Here, there are even more people who couldn't deal with me. They like what they see on the outside, but when it comes to, as you said, as Trina said, when it comes to getting to know Darren is way different from DVP.
Yep.
Trina is a whole different person than the real Katrina. So we like some of the outside stuff. We need to know more, but some people are just meant for a season, and you don't get that deep with them. There are things that Trina knows about me that nobody ever knew. There's probably some things that Trina don't know about me that people knew just because either I ain't thought about it to tell her, or it served no real purpose. Right. And that's why sometimes when we just have our confessions around, most time it just be stuff out the blue, and it may lead to a conversation. And Trina will tell you, I didn't lie to her, but I omitted a lot of stuff because I never thought women cared. Now, it could come across as deceptive, but for all the women I dated prior to her, they never cared about stuff, so I never felt the need to share stuff. Now, in her world, a lot of guys shared. I wasn't one of them, so we had to bridge that gap because I required her to ask me more, where I didn't have to ask Trina a lot of questions. I could ask her follow-up questions, but Trina volunteered a lot of stuff, and I was a great listener. It was what I knew. But she's like, well, I ain't never knew this. And I'm like, you never asked. And she's like, I got to ask you. I said, yeah, because that's what I'm used to, because most women never cared. So, and she's like, well, you omitted this. It's just who I was. And she had and after she understood that it truly was just who I was, that I wasn't trying to keep secrets, we bridged another gap.
And but initially, to a lawyer.
Yeah, but and she had to learn initially, before we got to it, she had to learn that you had to ask me questions the right way, because I had a dark life. I was used to keeping stuff to myself, so I wouldn't reveal more than I wanted to. As we got closer and closer, I learned how to open up and just say stuff without her asking me, without her using the exact right terms. Because you said, did I, not would I. You said, had I, not, you know, and you know, because that's who I was, because my life was about being really picky about letting people know stuff about me. She was different. It wasn't easy to open up to her, but I had to change who I was because it would make us better. So, and that's what everybody ain't for everybody, because I wouldn't do this for nobody else. I was cool. You remember, I've been married twice with my secretive lifestyle. I've been with Trina 3 years. She knows more than both of my exes combined because she asked questions. And I just thought it was normal that women didn't ask questions. But again, as a man, that's what I was used to. So I projected that onto every woman. I was wrong. And that's what we have to look at what's going on and see how is it coming across. As Trina and Jessica say, and even is it interrogation or is it free-flowing conversation? I bet Jessica would tell way more if she knew what she was saying was taken without any judgment or any crazy questions that she got to answer, that's challenging her morality or judgment.
But see,
and we know the difference between a free-flowing conversation and when you interrogate, when you getting all huffy and puffy and shit.
Right.
And see, now we don't want to answer the damn questions no more. And
nobody wants to do that.
That's coming out your mouth.
And that's my point. That's why I said y'all brought that whole thing in about me being judgmental when I asked the questions. Y'all said I didn't say that. I said I would ask questions. I would get very specific after that. I didn't say that I'm coming in there and making the interrogation as you said it. Again, because Darren will tell you, I'm a very open person. If you ask me am I first meeting somebody, they can ask me all the right questions or whatever they want to know. I may look at you and be like, you know what? We're not at a point in our relationship where I feel comfortable telling you that. But when, again, I was talking specifically about us being together. I will answer any question because I think at that point, when you talk about bringing your life together, this is just me. When you talk about bringing your life together with somebody that you are going to put under the same roof as you, I am truly somebody who is about 100% honesty. You can ask me any question and I am going to give you an answer because I believe that you and I have to be able to have that same type of conversation. I have to be able to trust you.
Ain't nobody 100% honest. I don't give a shit what you say.
Okay, exactly. So,
that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
We haven't had 100% honesty. That'd be a damn lie to sit here and be like, ain't neither one of us never tell a little fib or omit some shit. Ain't nobody 100%.
See, hold on. There's a difference again, and this is the point I'm making. There's a difference between if you forget something and you don't bring it up at that.
I'm talking about
if you omit something. But see, okay, but you know what, Dan? First off, my expectation is you're not lying to me. and if I find out later that you are, is that going to be a problem for me? Yes, it will. Will it be a deal breaker?
About the $40,000.
It depends on the deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
You know what?
You're gonna ruin your relationship over $4,000 that didn't do nothing for you.
But see, again, this is just like y'all. What did y'all both just say? You can't dictate how I respond to something. And if
I'm just asking. So you're not saying someone say, "Oh, why y'all break up, man? She got $4,000."
Jessica, what did you just say? You said that you were being Well, I used the word deceptive. There's a difference between it would have been better for you not to even tell me.
That's my point. Honestly,
no. You said that you would have said something. You would have came back and you would have said it, and that's when I said, "Well, then."
Because I said if I just had to say something about it, because the initial question basically saying that the man knew. So if I had to say something, yeah, it would have been once the money already gone, because I'm not returning anything.
Yeah. And I'm not dictating how you respond to something. I just think you're full of shit. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I really do, because it just, it really depends. How far have you gone in this relationship? What have you guys conquered? What have you built together? A little fib here and there. I mean, you ain't gonna, something.
You're gonna throw all that away.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask y'all this question, Trina. Hold on.
He told me a while ago to ask yourself a question. If it ain't gonna matter in 5 years, don't spend 5 minutes sitting there stressing about it. So it's like, you
exactly. So that's the thing. So that's the thing. So that's the question, Trina, that I was about to ask you guys. What is it that you consider? See, and I'm gonna answer your question, Jessica, what you just said. Because the point is, what is it that you consider a fib? You're right. There's a difference between keeping something from somebody, as they call them, quote unquote, a small lie or a white lie, or omitting something for whatever reason that you want to do it. That's on you. You're right. If it's not going to dictate your relationship 4 or 5 years down the line, what is the point? Don't let it dictate. I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with me, yes, I would have a problem with that. Did I say I wouldn't be able to get by it? No, I didn't say I wouldn't be able to get past it. I would have a problem with it though if you get that kind of money. Like I said, for me, and we'll set those. That was one of the things even in my marriage that we had. We talked about we didn't have to because we had all of our finances together. She actually had another account. I mean, we got married young. That's what we did. And she actually had her own separate account. I was cool with that. I knew that. We had a rule. Anything over $400, we had to discuss. It didn't matter because see, we had children, we had responsibilities, we had all that stuff.
Joint account, right?
Huh? Yeah, for the joint account.
Yeah, well, that's whatever.
$400 single purchase, or am I buying shoes from different places and it may have equal up?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's anything that happens over $400. We need to discuss that.
Oh,
that's what we had in our marriage. So for you to ask me that, and if you say to me, I got $4,000, and I'm gonna be like, well, damn. You're right. I'm gonna have a problem with it.
I'm tripping about it. Like, have you never been with a woman that can save $4,000 fucking dollars? Like, are you kidding me? Like, she's never been able to save $4,000.
You said something different. And that's the one thing I will give my ex-wife. She was great at saving.
So
I would give her money.
Where'd you get $4,000 from? She been had that shit. What you mean?
No, because that wasn't
my
the
birthday
scenario.
right at income tax time.
The scenario wasn't that she saved it. It was her ex gave her $4,000.
No, but you said where did you get $4,000 from? How do you know I got $4,000 or as opposed to saving $4,000? How do you know that?
She just told you she held off on telling me. What are you talking about?
Like, boo, I got dependent.
This was my income tax. You said that with her having not told you, you would just ask, where'd you get $4,000?
No, that's not what I was saying. That was a misunderstanding.
That was a misunderstanding. Darren, damn it. What's your name, Roy? You're the one who started this.
Trina, no, that was a misunderstanding. Trina, that was a misunderstanding. I was responding directly to what she said. She said that if she said she would come after she realized what the scenario was, she said she would tell me a month later. That's when I said once she said something to me, I would ask where the money came from.
But even before she said that, and your issue with the whole 4K, with this whole thing was her not telling you, because I was like, no, she told you, but your issue was like, let's say she didn't tell you, then you would be wondering where she got it from. Like, maybe she just saved it. Like, How would you know?
But again, your point is, or your assumption is that I'm upset when I'm asking her the question. What did I say? No. What did I say? I said, hell, we on the beach in Hawaii sipping a drink, and I'm like, well, baby, where'd you get the $4,000 from?
How do you That's what I'm saying. Like, baby, where'd you get the $4,000? She could have just saved it.
It does. See, y'all changing the parameters of the scenario.
No, I'm not changing. I'm really wanting to know. You know, I just bought a car.
I would agree with
Trina. How do you know she didn't already have it?
She didn't already, right? And that's what
Trina,
I'm saying.
That's the difference. If it's not this scenario that we were talking. Remember, again, I was responding directly to what Jessica said. If we are following the scenario, I knew about it. The question was about giving it back. I didn't say nothing about giving the damn money back. What I ended up having an issue with is that she was like, before, even in the scenario saying he knew, she was like, oh, hell no, I'm not telling nobody. If me and you were living together and you come into that kind of money and you don't say anything, even no matter what you think that
kind of money, it's $4,000.
Damn, Jessica, you say that like $4,000 can't do some major stuff.
I can't even get my floors done upstairs for $4,000.
Okay, so you talking about your floors. What did you just say? You just said you paid your mortgage. You could pay your mortgage for 6 months with that.
Right.
You don't think it'd be a big deal to tell me?
Me and Darren didn't do our taxes at the same time at the same place, and we're was told what each other was gonna have. He wouldn't know how much money my income. It's not that I'm hiding it from him. I mean, this is my income.
And exactly, and that's my point. I'm not saying that I would be questioning that. If I knew that she was the type of person that saved, I wouldn't have a problem. Again, I went on the fact that she was saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was saying that she was being deceptive." That's what I said, based on how she responded to it. I would have, if she was the type of woman that I knew who saved money, who took this and did that, I'm like, yo, cool, we out here on the trip, So
then you must be used to, you know what, never mind. Just forget it. Because I don't understand. Then where's the question? Where did the $4,000 come from? If you used to being with a woman that saved money,
because she said, Trina, that's
the part you're missing. And go home.
Trina, that's the point that you're missing. Jessica said that her exact response was, "Oh, by the way, remember when I bought you them shoes? I got $4,000." She said, I got $4,000.
This for you.
That's what she said. See, Trina, you don't want to hear what Jessica said. That's the point. You're asking the question. I'm telling you. No, she didn't, because that's where the question. The question I had came from your statement. It wasn't me just randomly asking the question. It was her.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I know you do, because you was like, shit, I'm not gonna tell you no damn way.
I guess I just feel like the amount is not worth argument.
So Jessica, if it's $20,000, then does that make a difference to you? So do you tell him difference?
Yeah, I can pay off my car. When you can actually pay some shit off, yeah, we need.
So you don't have no credit cards or nothing that you could pay off for $4,000.
I paid all of them off. I'm sorry.
That's my point. Like, for me, that makes a difference. I don't have more than $15,000 worth of debt. $4,000 can do a lot for my credit stuff. Just in general,
I have. That's the only debt I have is this house and that car right now.
That's what you're looking at. See, you're looking at the amount, and at the end of the day, that's all I was saying. That it's not necessarily about the amount. And we do got to get ready to go, D, because I got another show to do. Mm-hmm. We have to. It's not about the amount. It's about the ability just to know that that's what. Like I said, for me.
So you just nosy.
It ain't nosy. It's what you would share with me, what you are willing to share with the person with the person that you're involved with like that. That's what I say. So.
But no, again, and that's where it goes back to knowing what's right and wrong for who, because everybody ain't compatible.
Yeah, me and Jessica will have we be snuggled up at 2 or 3 morning, but we gonna be like, but damn, baby.
No, just gonna put a pillow over your head and sweat you deep breathing. But and see, that's one of them things where you can be with somebody who you into, but y'all ain't good for each other, which happens a lot to us, and ain't no need in trying to force that. Which is why I say, for a lot of women, even though a lot of women will put up with this type of dude, they know that this dude has no long-term fulfillment. And I hate to come down on the brothers, but again, Jessica got kids, Trina got kids. And I asked them the same question for every woman who got kids. That first baby daddy, when he found out she was pregnant, didn't he swear he was going to be there forever?
Yes.
So why would you turn down $4,000 with the way we act? We will leave them high and dry. And so if they don't have a nest egg built up, we're setting them up for failure. I believe that every woman should keep it. If her dude is that insecure, yes, keep it a secret. Put it somewhere else. You know, if you want to think about him again, you gotta know him. But that's the first thing you gotta realize is quit making bad decisions. If you gotta hide it from him, hide it. Not mention it. Because Trina ain't finna tell me everything that go on. Like I ain't finna tell her everything that go on. It don't mean that we being deceptive. It just means something.
I didn't say that.
No, I ain't say you said it. I'm just saying some things, even though they may, hell, I can say Trina has said, I've told Trina stuff 2 or 3 days after the fact, and they were important, but at the time when I should have told her, other shit became more important. So I may tell her 2 or 3 days later, I did this. You see why you tell me? Because at that time, things preceded it. But for where me and her were, it was probably more important. It don't mean I was trying to hide nothing from her. It just meant that at that time, it slipped my mind. For whatever, hell, there have been times I've been super sleeping, came home and went to sleep when I should have told her something. When I get up, I'll tell her. Or we may get into something else. So everything, and that's why when you said something, I say, Roy, you can't make them feel like it's an interrogation. Hell, there are times that I want to have a conversation with Trina, and Trina will tell you the first thing I ask is how you feeling. Because sometimes I want to have deep conversations that need we need to be carefree. But if one of us is attitudinal, that's not a good time. It don't care. It don't matter what the other one want. It ain't a good time. So if we want to have free-flowing, organic conversation, both of us need to be in the right state of mind where we can say whatever and the other one ain't in a judgmental phase. But shit, I know when I'm going through depression, I don't want to talk about a lot of stuff because it's too many things that will bring me down fast for the wrongest of reasons. So I won't say shit. I will just be quiet and stay to myself. Trina knows just to let me be. And hell, like I told you, write shit down. When I come back up, we can have this conversation. But this is where we got to learn each other and learn what worked.
And I agree.
Hell, when she popped up with that money for the car, once she told me I was through with that conversation. I was just like, damn. But to me, it wasn't even a big deal because I know she saved money. Even though she having an affair with Amazon and the Prime driver and the UPS dude, she ain't got to tip them. But that's all. That's good. That's what we can joke about.
Right.
And that's what some people are. But like I said, when you first started talking, you made yours sound like an interrogation.
No, that's how y'all that's how y'all interpret it. That's how y'all interpret it. Say it like you say it.
Right.
That's how y'all interpreted it.
What's the first thing they teach you? It ain't what you say, it's how people receive it. Therefore, we have to change how we talk. I had to change how I talk to Trina. Trina had to change how. If we want to have a conversation, we have to change how we dialogue. It doesn't come across.
You have to learn how that person communicates.
Right. So and that's all it is. And women need a comfort level because their whole life they've been placating us because we're sensitive about crazy stuff. Why that dude buy you lunch? Why that dude smile at you? Why that dude do this? And they hit. But very, very few women question us about when we turn our head to other stuff. And so that's just a defense mechanism that's built in over time. It's genetic for some of them to be protective of our egos for their safety.
But see, see, Darren, hold on. Say what you just said. This is the last thing I'm saying about that. What you just said again, though, what they've dealt with in the past, you can't put that on me. Don't protect my ego. I don't want you protecting my ego.
If you show me something that lets me know that I need to, then yes, I do have to. Yeah, let me tell you something.
But Trina,
my baby girl, I gave birth to her. I was 6 months pregnant, 4 months early. She was born 1.5 pounds. Damn near knocking at death's door. Right. So at the time I worked overnights. I have a friend that works overnights, just strictly a friend. Ain't never been nothing, will never be nothing else. Just a friend. I made a post about it on Facebook. I ended up having my baby early, say little prayers or whatever. And a close friend of mine, he ended up calling me. It's like 3:00 in the morning. He called me. My daughter's father sitting right next to me. I don't got nothing to hide. I answer the phone and I'm talking to him. He tripping the fuck out. Dude, what you tripping for? I'm right in front of you. But that let me know I gotta hide shit from your retarded ass because you tripping because somebody called me to, to offer their supports because I had a baby that could die or you're not, like we don't, and you tripping about that. So it's things like that. There's things that y'all do that let us know whether or not we can or can't come to you. So
Trina, but see, here's the point, and I'm gonna use what you just said. You started off using and making my point exactly. if I don't give you those indicators,
You did. You should. You do. I didn't say if you don't. I said if you do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm validating your point. If I don't give you those indicators, then there's no reason for you to sit there and try to hide something from me. We do got to get ready to go because the other people trying to log into the other show. So I'm gonna let you shut out. We'll bring this back, Jessica. I want to talk to you some more, Jessica. We don't keep talking about.
You can handle it.
And I'm gonna say this. What Trina said is true, and they have to do this. Because you say a trigger, right? The trigger is a dude who tell them they're gonna always be there and tell them all the good shit and flip. That's why they have to do it. We can sit back and say they can't judge us, but we judge everybody off our past. I dealt with Trina a certain way because of every woman, not because I thought she was like that, but that was what I knew. So if that's what they know, they can't change for a new person. Trina didn't say all the stuff with other people. She had to get comfortable with them. The more comfortable we got, the more uncomfortable shit she said. Some shit we laugh about, some shit we go into deep conversation, but she learned that it was okay. So with that being said, we'll do some more not next week, but we at 2 hours and 30 minutes. My Geritol done wore off and everything. Jessica, I appreciate you. If y'all want some good foods, she make the bestest desserts. I ain't never tasted them, but I seen how people act over them. Her page is The Conversation with an X. It's at the top of the page. Go check it out. Yeah, it's tagged. If you want a glass, some arm warmers, whatever, mugs or whatever, check out Little Things by Khalil. She got some bath bombs that'll make your skin super soft. So fellas, if you don't like super soft skin, I'm just telling you, you're gonna feel a certain kind of way because you're gonna be rubbing on yourself. If you got a show you want to do, come on over to my JB, and Roy got a great show going. He got some deals going. Get in where you fit in right now, because ain't nobody else gonna be getting the DVP price, and I get blamed for stuff.
Look at January, everything changing because they have no clue of what's getting ready to start happening. January, everything changes.
So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna put my glass up. You know what I'm saying? Get your B on it. Y'all can't see. I don't know if y'all can see. My name is engraved on the top, so you can get that. Hey, check out Little Things by Khalil. Hey, every man should have 2 of these. That's all I'm gonna say.
I gotta give me one of them for my honey jack. I need that for my honey jack.
Hey, and I'm sure.
For my wine, but still.
No, and you need one for the dude who get the fish.
Too, Jeff, you know this. I got the wine bottles too, boo. With the
but y'all know what it is.
I love it.
Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. Until next time, we'll holler at y'all.
Blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Ave's record. 202 and 36, I think, some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. The whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, For 160 minutes, we was better than them.
I'm returning to Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt.
Okay, so why is it not showing up?
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Q Time is our classic Atlanta soul food restaurant.
Earth Blend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit HBCUPrideJoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
You can go ahead and start the recording.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Caville of Dr. Caville's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app. As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Caville's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Davis' record. 202 and 36, I think. Some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. Whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
When you said feedback, I was like, we have fans.
I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not
Uncle Percy, would you like to join us?
I will fight the insurance company to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris,
he's getting his stuff
being hurt.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
Good day, good people. Once again, you got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. You got me, Uncle John. Hi, everybody. You've got Uncle DJ dancing in the background, the red bone assassin. You got Uncle Roy, who has blessed us with his presence in front of the camera today. You've got Uncle Percy, who just apparently wants to show us Nate Robinson and the elders praying over poor Nate. And behind the ones,
Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
And behind the ones and twos, you got the young Thundercat, Malik. What's going on, Doctor? You all right? Uncle Percy, we still can't see you, so that's fine. You'll just be the voice of God.
He's
coming. There he is.
He didn't want to. He wanted us to see.
Wait, he came, sat out, and disappeared into the ether.
Into Nate's ass.
Into the ether.
The comforter just swallowed him whole. Oh, now we can see everything but your head.
Yeah, you might want to rearrange your position on that picture, brother.
Oh, okay. There he is. And he's got his Steelers. Congratulations on your Steelers win today.
Yeah, he got his 11. Is that thumbs up or is that 11-0?
It's 11-0 thumbs up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And Nicole, if you're watching, I'm going to talk about you ferociously because you have, somebody who plays for the Steelers, and Uncle Percy is a diehard Steelers fan.
That's right. He's a linebacker. He played. I think he only played twice, but he played. Sorry.
Dang, Percy, why you say it like that? He still got an NFL salary though, so good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I wish I had an NFL salary.
You and me both, in particular with the gaggle of children that I have.
Yep.
But I would be remiss if I did not let Uncle DJ speak right now. Go ahead, sir.
Well, as some of you know, I know you guys know, but I have taken a break from the almighty Facebook. Yeah, take just a little moment. Got about a month left to try to do something in 2020 that's positive. In 2020. So as far as the writing, as far as maybe even find a job. Something positive, something to contribute to society, other than the odd like or disparaging comment, every now and then. So but I would be remiss if I didn't shout out to my people out there who may or may not be watching. I miss you guys. I didn't, I haven't jumped ship. I haven't, gone off the deep end. I just needed a moment to myself. But I also would be remiss if I didn't, mention my Bears are still in it. We still got a chance, baby. To the fat lady sing. We still got a chance.
Well, I'm fat and I'm singing for him.
But here's what annoys me about the Bears. They were just good enough to lose prime draft position. Although this current regime, I don't know if they would pick anybody who would be worse.
I wouldn't trust them with a draft pick. I'm sorry. No, go Bears. But I wouldn't trust them with a draft pick. Oh, my God.
Because we had a high draft pick and drafted Mitchell Trubisky over two black men. And I'm going to say that again, Chicago Bears, so that you hear me clearly. You picked Mitchell Trubisky over two athletic black men at quarterback.
And you did it on purpose. Because you don't mind having some defensive guy, some brute, some thug to represent your defense, but you'd be damned if you have a quarterback, standing back there black, to represent your franchise.
Yeah, I love my city, but sometimes the sports team upsets me.
We had a few black quarterbacks now. Come on now.
A few.
We had Cordell Stewart.
We had Cordell
after
Stewart.
He was beaten down.
Vince Evans I like Vince Evans.
I love
Back in the
Vince Evans,
70s.
but
Yeah.
he kind of fell into the role. It's not like they just were happily yes, Vince Evans.
Well, it is what it is. I'm ready for the season to be over. Actually, since we're all here and Roy being a Miami Dolphins fan, I don't think
want to bring that up. You saw I was saying you're purposely.
Wait,
he was quiet.
Wait, Tua had one good game and then one bad game, and then what did he do the next time? Did he do anything?
They're in the hunt. Miami's in the hunt.
We are. We're second in the division, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Listen.
Is that because they're the same
drafting Jalen Hurst
division as Atlanta?
No.
Oh,
AFC
okay.
East. AFC East. Patriots, Bills, and the Jets.
Okay.
I didn't want us to draft Tua. I just felt like he was too fragile. I mean, you getting hurt like that in the college game, and then you roll over to the NFL. I was like, yo, get Jalen Hurst. So I know I'm about to be real pissed because he's about to starting for the Eagles because they're getting ready to shut down Wentz.
I'm not so sure.
And
Wentz didn't look bad on Monday night.
No, they're still talking about putting him down because everybody's criticizing him now. So Philly, Philly is Philly.
We're talking about Philly. You know how tough
exactly.
Well, his contract is up this year, so they can.
Their fans are worse than ours.
They are. I would have to agree. But before we go any further down that particular rabbit hole, early last week, word came out that Black Lightning is being canceled. After this season, they will have a season 4.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They will have a season 4, and then it will be canceled. Actually, on TikTok, and I've fallen into this TikTok rabbit hole now where I'm way too old to be on that particular social media platform. But China McClain, who plays Jennifer, the youngest daughter, she was actually saying that this was going to be her last season anyway on this show, and she was just going to be on sporadically. She wouldn't have the main starring role that she has.
Gotcha.
I think I'm probably going to have, no, this isn't an unpopular opinion because I'm one of the few people who are championing for the show. I think Black Lightning actually is a good thing that it's going off the air because first of all, I'm extremely disappointed in my Black people who wanted to dress up and go to the movies as Black Panther, but you have a Black superhero in front of you every week that you consistently turn your back on. You see a lot of shows after the 4th or 5th year start to decline, and I'm looking squarely at you, Flash. And I like the fact that I still enjoy Black Panther. Black Panther was still appointment TV for me, and that Black Panther will end.
Black Lightning.
I'm saying Black Panther. Thank you. Black Lightning. All these
Black Panther ended. Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon?
Wow. And I'm happy that Black Lightning is going out as a show that I still watch on a consistent basis.
Yeah, my thing with it is
here we go.
The CW personally didn't do enough to promote it.
That's true.
That's always the biggest challenge with the Black shows. They don't put it out there enough is what I think was the issue. To your point, the good thing about it is this season 4 better be good because they should have been able to get, I say, 5 good seasons out of this storyline.
Yeah.
At least. So with them stopping at 4, this one better be great. And I don't know if you heard the other piece to that though. About Painkiller. Yeah. So he's became more of a popular character. So they ended up having to bring him back. Because
Listen, I guess, and when you think about who's the demographic for CW shows, teenage girls from 12 to 25. So the young man that playing Painkiller,
yeah,
you know, it's like required that he's gonna have to have his shirt off every now and then.
Oh yeah,
and they're all into him, so it makes sense that he would get his own spinoff. Now, my only question is, what does that do for Black Lightning, the character? How does he stay engaged in the well, I don't know, it's no longer the Arrowverse, but
the CW verse is what they call it.
Yeah, CW verse now. So, you know, I for Black Panther to be, or Black Lightning to be gone, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That the character is going to be gone. So I don't know how they're going to engage with him with the other shows. So,
well, here's another sticking point for me. So the character of John Diggle is supposed to be coming back, and he's going to cross over. I guess that's going to be their crossover. How you know how the CW superhero shows have all these crossovers. So he'll be coming back as a mystery character. Okay, we all know.
No. He's going to come back as John Diggle in everything except the Legends. In the Legends, he's going to come back as a mystery character.
And when we say mystery character, we're saying Green Lantern.
Right. That's what we're hoping.
So he has to, because at the end of Arrow, he opened up. This green light was in front of him, and
the ring found him.
Right.
Yeah.
So
he's actually directing those too. He's going to be directing shows for all across the Arrowverse.
Yeah, but my main point of contention again is that you don't get an opportunity for. You had a very fleeting moment where Black Lightning and John Diggle had an opportunity to interact. Black Lightning again is not a part of the whole CW crossover that's going to be happening. One of the things that,
they're not going to make him a part of the crossover this year.
Nope.
Wow, they actually said that?
Yeah. And my biggest thing is you have Batwoman, who's now a Black woman. I would have loved to have seen Batwoman and Thunder and Lightning interact. You know, Black Lightning's daughters.
Well,
so,
you know, that's part of the thing to me. They don't. There's too many Black people being on. I mean, and no, I'm being serious. That's what my thought process is. Because it's, you know,
that's what
a lot of
Frank's
people.
Place.
Yeah, a lot of people. But you know, a lot of people are pissed about the Batgirl thing. Which,
why were they pissed about the Batgirl thing?
Oh, come on.
The question is, where did she?
No, I mean, Ruby Rose quit. Ruby Rose said, "I'm done. This is too much.
Absolutely.
I almost was paralyzed, and I'm walking away from it." And come to find out that a lot of the people on set weren't begging her to stay. They said, "Okay, Ruby, take care. We'll see you later."
Well, they were pissed though, because you talk about the character appropriation, and I think that's one of the things that I can somewhat agree with. I would have been. I mean, because we know what they were trying to do. CW likes to be inclusive. So, you know, this is their lesbian superhero. Because the young lady who's going to be playing Batwoman is also a lesbian. She's Black.
Twofer.
Exactly. But that's the problem, is that Black woman was never Black. She's supposed to be Bruce's cousin, which... Even, you know, Ruby Rose was supposed to be that. That, to me, is where I can get a lot of people being upset. Because now you're just making this character Black, along with her being gay, and you're just trying to appease people. But like you said, they got the Thunder and Lightning. Don't tell me you couldn't give Thunder her own show. You know, Nafisa's gotten a huge following now.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Because she's such a great actress.
Roy, if we go way back, I mean, you know, there's still Cleopatra, you know, I mean, you know, they will shoehorn, you know, somebody into a role when they want to, you know. So, I mean,
wasn't it supposed to? Wasn't Black Lightning supposed to introduce Static Shock at some point?
We were hoping that.
That was a rumor that was floating around. It would have been wise because Static is coming. The Milestone comic line is supposed to be coming back in February, so the cross promotion would have been wise. But it's DC Comics; they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I don't understand how they can be so stupid. I mean, that's really the only way to say it.
I think HBO Max is going to pick it up.
Pick what?
Black Lightning?
Yeah, I think HBO is going to.
That would be smart. To be honest, Netflix, if they picked it up with the soundtrack that they have, and the ability to be able to kind of go, there a few times, especially with CW with Thunder, they went there like to the limit, like to the. I'm sure the censorship, censors were like, Netflix would be like, yeah, go ahead, do that.
Yeah, see, that's part of what I was like. I've never seen anything from HBO Max, so I don't have a reference point.
Well, it's HBO. It's HBO.
Well, okay, so I don't watch.
I mean, they do everything. I mean, HBO was the original. Watch it when you were a kid. Watch it when your parents went to sleep, so you could see some nudity and some nastiness.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Turn to channel 44. Even if you didn't have it, all you had was that squiggly line in the middle.
Yeah, that line right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Every teenage boy knew how to watch TV like that.
Hell yeah.
And we are definitely showing our age in this particular sense.
We used to watch TV like this. Just
cross-eyed.
Cross-eyed. Just
Malik's over
blink your eyes a few times. Blink your eyes real fast.
Squiggly line. What the hell? What's a pervert?
On TV, baby.
We didn't have girls twerking on our phone.
On TV.
On TV. I think my mom got when at my parents' house. I think the box is still there in the basement.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know what? I do have a question about the whole thing with the Black Lightning and with the ending. Y'all say going into HBO Max, that would be great if that happens, because basically that's what's happened. HBO has become DC's partner,
right?
Yeah.
And so Marvel has Disney and all that kind of stuff. Would you make Black Lightning grittier? Would you take Black Lightning, or if it's a Thunder show, and turn it more into like the Netflix did with the Daredevils? And
hell yeah.
Yeah. I think
if it's part of the Marvel universe, why not?
If you look, DC.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
It'd probably be on the same line as Spawn. When HBO was doing Spawn, it'd probably be on that same level.
So if you look at the lineup that HBO Max has now with Doom Patrol, Titans, Swamp Thing, Harley Quinn, even the cartoon Harley Quinn, a lot of the DC Universe shows that were on the DC Universe platform that transferred over, the first thing Robin says in the Titans is "fuck Batman." So
also Harley Quinn has moved over to HBO.
Harley Quinn, the animated show.
Oh, okay.
Titans, Swamp Thing, and what was the other one I said?
Doom Patrol.
And all of them have profanity and nudity. So,
and plus, you have to realize this ain't our world no more. We the grumpy old nerds.
It's really not. This is
really not our world.
The stuff that you have access to now, I truly just sit back and marvel. Like when George Carlin did his comedy bit about the seven
words
that you can't say on TV. I think
5
all
of them
those
are already on TV.
I think you can say all those words on TV now.
I don't know if I've heard the C word on network TV yet.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah,
everything else.
I've heard there's
shit, fuck,
damn.
Yeah. Dick, motherfucker, pussy. Yeah.
All that's on somebody's TV now.
C word is the only one.
Somebody said shit on network TV, and I was aghast. I truly clutched my pearls. I said, "Oh my!"
Oh, South Park did an episode where they could see how many times they could say it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
They had a counter. On the side.
South Park broke a lot of rules.
No, Trevor Noah says it all the time on his show.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? But you know what? Okay, so here's the difference. Basic cable really doesn't have anything governing that. You can do that on basic cable.
But they do it on TV.
But talk about network.
Yeah, they do it on TV.
That was nasty. Network TV, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, and CW. Now, once I heard shit on ABC, I was like, oh, we're doing that now. So, but before we go any further down that particular rabbit hole, Dave Chappelle got on the interwebs and told everybody, boycott Chappelle's show on Netflix. No, not for Netflix.
Not even Netflix.
HBO Max.
On any streaming service.
Or any streaming, boycott me.
Right.
And Netflix actually pulled his show off of that streaming service.
Right.
What's the difference between Dave Chappelle saying that and what Monique has been saying about boycotting Netflix?
Totally different.
Right.
Totally. Explain it.
Because he's not talking about boycotting Netflix. He was talking about first off, it was him. It was his show. And he said, he's like, yes, I signed the contract, but they never paid me for that. So you're trafficking in stolen wares, as he put it. Monique was upset because of the amount of money that they wanted to pay her, as she viewed it based on the credentials that she had, that she thought she had. Well, no, she had certain credentials, because her argument was about people who were award winners, and I forget, is it the Academy Award? So there's hold on. So there's a standard that she's supposed to be able to get based on that alone. Now, Monique's problem is that at the time, she was not as popular as a stand-up comic as she challenged herself to be. At least that's what I thought. Because I'm like, dude, they're paying these people because they've already proven that they're going to make that money. They know they're going to get that money. And, she to me, she overvalued herself in the eyes of Netflix. Dave Chappelle isn't doing that. He's saying, don't support something because they stole this from me. And the fact that Netflix pulled it after they had already paid for the rights, that says a lot to me. One, about Netflix, because look, they've already paid him $50 million, so they want to keep Dave happy.
Well, yeah,
because he's making money for them. That's where the big difference is.
So here's another side to that.
Okay,
Dave Chappelle. It's not like Dave Chappelle didn't get paid for doing Chappelle's show. That show was on for what, 2 seasons? 2 seasons with him, and then they actually did like a bootleg season without him.
Mm-hmm.
He got paid whatever they agreed to pay him. It's not like what Black, and I was on Black Twitter, and Black Twitter was erupting with like, boycott Netflix, boycott this, boycott that. Right. They didn't pay him. They didn't do this. I was like, whoa, time out. Please understand, as Black people want to do, they felt that they felt that one of us had been unjustly taken advantage of, and they were just like, oh, let's all in. But let's look at some of the details. Dave did get paid for his contractual obligated money, but he's just not getting paid royalties for reruns. Now, in the world that we live in today, I don't know what exactly is the legalese behind royalties and what you're paid if your show is rerun. Now, back in the day when there were only 3 networks and various small cable companies, actors got paid royalties for, or whoever worked on a show got paid royalties every time that show was aired, to the point where, Malcolm Jamal Warner on an interview I heard, he says he gets checks now in the mail from Cosby Show reruns where the postage costs more than the check. That's how much these shows have been rerun.
So basically,
So wait, hold on one second first. So he's not getting paid royalties, and then of course Netflix is going to pull it because they're in bed with Dave, like Roy said. But Dave has his money. Is he saying boycott them? What happens if they decide, whoever the powers that be decide to give him the royalties? Are we just trying to line his pocket some more? This man is richer than most other entertainers out there. Is he just trying to get more money on top of the more money he already has? Well, is he going to take that money and use it towards championing the rights of others who have been wronged by these contracts that are underhanded and seedy? I'm not saying that the contract was right. Of course it was wrong. But what is the purpose here? Is Dave just want more money? Is he coming off a little bit greedy to me?
Well, it's just like what some of the comedians were on Facebook and on YouTube talking about it. They were just saying Dave Chappelle has set the tone for all the comedians, all these shows, from Key and Peele to all of them. He has set the tone for all of this stuff, and basically what I think what Dave is trying to do, he's just trying to make everything equal across the soul. If he gets jacked, he don't want nobody else behind him to get jacked, and I think
everybody gets jacked behind him.
But I think he's trying to set a precedent just to say, okay, I caught this. We're gonna straighten this out now, so the person behind me that comes behind me don't have to go through this. And just like with the royalties, basically after like the Cosby Show or something like that, if they do like 100 shows, and some of their contract, if they do like more than 100 shows, they automatically get the royalties, because after 100 shows, that's when they start rerunning. But today, they're not even waiting till 100 shows. They showing that stuff like the minute the first season going into the second season, they start shooting it out, and I think that's where people are losing their royalties. I don't care if I get $1.25 for each royalty. That's $1.25 more in my pocket. And that's the other thing I think Dave is trying to say. It's just the principle behind all of this. He just don't want Hollywood just to come behind him, Hollywood just to rape him. We already know who Dave Chappelle is. We already know Dave turned down $50 million to do, 5 years of his show on Comedy Central. Then he comes back and then he makes a deal with Netflix to do these shows. And you're right, Roy. He's killing it. Yeah. Netflix has to be on his side, because if Dave says tomorrow I'm leaving Netflix is going to cry. And Dave said I'm going to Showtime. Or I'm going to open up my own streaming and do all my shows from there and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of hurt.
So real quick, wait a minute. Let me break it down to where you were talking about the difference between him and Monique, which is where we were going for. With Dave, like we were saying, now I think there's a difference actually between syndication and royalties. I know that they're similar, but syndication generally for a show is usually, like you said, 100. It depends on when you say 100 episodes. Some, we were talking about this before. Some shows that have 13 episodes, some that have 22. But basically, like the general rule was like 5 seasons.
Right.
You get to that 5th season, and it's syndication. And you'll see a lot of shows that get canceled in their 3rd or 4th because they don't want to let them get to that 5th season, which is generally like when they get, it's paid. It pay everybody, And I think there's like a difference between a balloon payment for syndication where everybody gets a check. And then, so I think like Malcolm Jamal Warner is not, talking about the fact that he got his syndication check, his balloon money. I don't know what he did with it. But now the royalties, the little like stuff that comes in the mail every now and then, that's just, okay, your show was, shown on Lifetime, this week or whatever. So here's your, 25 cents because it was on Lifetime, a few times this week or whatever. But the syndication money is like, millions. It's, depending on who you are on the show and that type of deal, there are balloon payments that come with syndication. With Monique, we're talking about a situation where she was upset initially before the Netflix thing because she felt like she got blackballed because she didn't, tap dance for her Oscar. She got the Oscar, but they were mad because they wanted her to, come to the parties, hobnob, smooze, and this, that, and the other. But she got the Oscar anyway without doing any of that. And from what I understand, I think there's a connection between her husband and her in their negotiations. Like it's like
it was her husband.
It was her husband, right? Because she got the Oscar, and it's like I'm Oscar nominated. I mean, I'm Oscar winning now, and if I'm Oscar winning, I want Meryl Streep money. I'm Oscar. I want an Oscar. So I want Julia Roberts money. I want an Oscar. Halle Berry money.
That was the point I was making with her. She wanted Oscar money, but the problem was it was two different genres. She wanted an Oscar for Precious. They're talking about doing comedy stand-up. Two totally different things.
Two totally different things. She hadn't, and as much as I know comedy, I can tell you this from all the comedians I know, she hadn't been on stage.
Right.
Yep.
She hadn't done nothing. And Netflix had already learned their lesson from Chris Tucker.
Right.
You talk about money, you talk about prestige-wise, you talk about, name-wise. Monique has nothing on Chris Tucker, and Chris Tucker is international. He's worldwide. Everybody knows Chris Tucker. He's hanging with Elizabeth Taylor and Michael Jackson and Bubbles back in the day. And, he came to Netflix and he got what, 20 million, whatever he got for that, for that special. And that shit was bunk.
Right.
And they were like, we didn't make no money off Chris Tucker. So she came after that. Unfortunately for her. Because at that point, Netflix was like, okay, slow down. We're not just throwing, 10, 20 million out there for, for even if you have the name, yeah, we know who you are. But, Chris Tucker came up here and was bumped. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle have, they paid their way. They return on investment. Amy, right? Amy, what's her name? Amy,
Schumer.
Whatever. Amy Schumer.
She's the hottest white comedic actress in the industry right now.
But made her money. People watch that show. That they made their money back. Monique comes out of nowhere and it's like, hey, pay me 10 million, and it's like, slow down. At least give us one.
To me,
is she even like the top 10 African American women comedians out there? Is she part of the top 10?
Not right now. Not right now.
Name 9 other black women comedians.
You can't really. I mean, she technically is. My issue with Monique, like I said, it's market. It's what the market will pay for you. Just like he said, they had just came out of that Chris Tucker thing. Where Chris Tucker is not a crossover comedian from his stand-up.
What?
Not from his stand-up. From his acting, he is. His movie,
that name recognition alone,
it got him that money. But like you said, what happened? They didn't make it back.
If he was funny, they would have made it back, and he would have crossed over because everybody knows who he is. But he wasn't funny.
Yeah, I don't think so. Chris Tucker's comedy is very black to me.
Used to be.
No,
that's what made him funny. That's what got him the movies. The problem is Chris Tucker been, spending too much time around billionaires and stuff, and he don't even know Friday. He doesn't even connect with that type of humor anymore. He thinks that's why he didn't want to do Friday again, because he's like, it's beneath him. It makes him look like a clown.
So he didn't want to do Friday because Ice Cube wasn't paying nobody.
So okay.
Did you see the post about Diane and Santo, the magistrate on The Mandalorian?
Yeah, I did. But go ahead, Percy. You were gonna say.
So okay. So you have Monique as and then you have so Monique and Wanda Sykes.
Right.
Okay. Now you can't compare the two. Wanda Sykes, just like you just said, DJ. Wanda Sykes earned her money. She earned her money. She did her shows and stuff, and now Netflix look at her one of the top billing.
And that's a perfect example, because what Wanda Sykes did, they didn't want to pay Wanda Sykes.
Right.
So Wanda Sykes, she put her show together. She produced it. She got her people together to produce it and everything. She sold her show to a different, it blew up. It became, a success. And then she came back to the table with Netflix like, bam, see what that did? All right, now let's talk.
Right. Right.
My biggest concern right now, and this is, and I am thankful for whomever watches this show. I don't know what your cultural background is, but we're about to get real black. My biggest concern is that the disrespect felt from Black women and the community of Black women. You've got Monique, who struggled to find support, period. And you've got Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle mentioned this. Now you got Monique, who was all over every social media platform talking about boycott Netflix, they're not giving me no money because I'm a Black woman, blah, 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 da, 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 da. You've got Dave Chappelle, who put out an 8-minute clip on Instagram. Now everybody's like, boycott Netflix. And that's not even what he was asking. No. Let me finish. That's not even what he was asking for.
Oh, right.
He was saying boycott me. But Black people thinking with their hearts and not with their minds, they were like, oh boy, Netflix did him wrong. Boycott Netflix. It's just like, whoa, slow down. So my concern is Monique's voice and the interpretation that Monique's voice is not being heard, when some would say she was wrong, whereas you've got Dave Chappelle and his voice came ringing through regardless. I'm not even necessarily sure. Now, I'm a person who didn't agree with Monique. I didn't. But I also really don't kind of agree with Dave Chappelle and how he came about asking for this. But as a Black man, he jumped on this and took off. I really wish that he would have, and I don't know how, but Monique and Black women, just their voices not being heard, because there was so much dissension that came with Monique coming out there. And yeah, she went about it the wrong way. But Dave was just like, you know what? He told us a funny story and said, boycott me. And now everybody's ready to boycott something that he's not really asking to be boycotted.
And I think that's the point right there, John, because it's the way Dave Chappelle brings stuff across. And I think that's what catches everybody's attention. Like the last Saturday Night Live he did. Dave Chappelle, because the way Dave Chappelle says things and do things, it make people think. Monique crazy ass, and I'm sorry to say that, her crazy ass came out and started blabbering and all this stuff. And you got to remember now, when she got that Oscar, she started doing all those interviews and Ebony and Jed and Essence and all those, and talking about her relationship with her husband, all that stuff. All that stuff comes out too. And so everybody was on the back of my already said she was kind of crazy. As
not only that, but she also went into Dave, Chris, Amy's pocket. She was like, that was her other defense. She was like, Dave getting this, and Chris is getting this, and Amy's getting that, and I'm at least on their level. And it's like, slow down. Right. Oh yeah. At the time, she was like, Dave is getting this, Chris is getting that, Amy's getting. She was calling out everybody's money.
Because I think it was just bad management. I think when she got that Oscar and she went back on the road or did a couple of shows or something, I think she would have a case. But she got the Oscar and then she, like you said, and then she tried to, I want to play Batgirl. No, hell no, hell no.
Well, like Robin Harris said, she sat back and was thinking that somebody's gonna knock on the door. Right. Job. She didn't. She was like, I got the Oscar now. But see, I ain't got hustle no more.
We're gonna put you in this movie called Fat Girls, and we're gonna put you in this movie called what's that movie with Snoop?
I do remember that movie, Fat Girl. There actually was a movie called
Fat Girls, and what's the cult classic with Snoop Dogg and
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane? Oh my God,
that was all before the Oscar though.
Yeah, that was before the Oscar.
See, here's where not even my issue. Here's what the challenge was for Monique, and the way that she handled her is completely different. Is just what Percy said. One, you have to remember, it had already been like she felt she had been blackballed. So it was already around the industry that she was
Right.
a difficult person to work with.
Right.
You know, and so with her, she came out saying she pulled the race card. That was the big difference. Dave didn't pull the race card.
Yeah.
Dave didn't say, as a black man, they did such and such. No.
Right.
He
Right.
just said, they have my product. They're not paying me for it. He even goes into it about the verbiage in the contract that says, we get to use your image and likeness in perpetuity.
Right.
Basically forever. Without you.
And see, this was before the streaming services. I mean,
right. This was before all the streaming stuff came out.
Right. So his contract, he's thinking that this is gonna be on Comcast. I mean, Comedy Central. You know, I'm bowing out of the Comedy Central contract, but now Viacom is like, well, we gonna throw it on
any syndication. He still should
put it on Netflix. We're gonna put it on everything.
But wait. Okay, so that's a good point. This was before streaming services, right? And before streaming services, so there was no contractual jargon for streaming.
But that's
services.
why he's saying, "Pay me now."
Right.
He's
That's
like,
that's the
okay.
whole.
But they don't have. They don't have to because look. I get what Dave is saying. He was a struggling actor and comic, and he was out there. He was just like, "Hey, I'm getting the show."
And
Sign
that's
on
what
dotted line.
he says
And I know he said that, but this was before anybody knew. Now, in good faith, Viacom
You trying to
should
say
go
he's Scottie
back.
Pippen? You trying to say he's Scottie Pippen?
Basically, in good faith, Viacom should have gone back and said, you know what? We're making a shitload of money off your show streaming on every platform that we own. You know what? Come on back and let's talk about, how we want to pay you for your services.
And that's why I think Percy, that's why I said Percy, I agree with Percy. He's trying to do this so that it doesn't continue to happen to artists.
Right.
But it's not because now there are streaming services and now people can go back and say, I mean, Dave did it before and he happened to grandfather into the streaming service. Now, you best believe people have to know that if I'm getting paid for my show, for my art being shown, then you're going to have to pay me if you show it on that streaming service and that however many times it shows or however. And look, and here's the more interesting thing about it. It's not like the networks control when it's shown. On a streaming service, you have the opportunity to view it whenever you want. So now we're talking about, before we were talking about, if it was on TBS scheduled the programming. Like TBS in the mornings has a Supernatural marathon every damn morning where they show 4 or 5 shows in a row of Supernatural.
Right.
They control that. With HBO Max, with Hulu, with all these other services, the person in front of the computer, in front of the TV screen, in front of their phone controls how often it's shown. So that's got to be a whole different world. That's something that no one could have anticipated. Even me, if I was a network executive on my throne, being as evil and Darth Vader-ish as I wanted to be, even I couldn't have thought of, oh wow, they can watch that forever and just, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have to pay anything extra to the artist, to George Lucas or whoever, or Dave Chappelle or Monique or whoever created this art. So my thought is artists now, and yes, Dave is trying to make sure that the artists who come up behind him, in front of him, are now can reap the benefits of this new age that we're in. But
that's what I think the difference is.
But
yeah.
no one
is mad about herself.
No one knew about this beforehand, and I actually have to agree. Monique was tripping, but I think the problem is that we were so quick to dismiss Monique in her madness, as opposed to not even just man. Look, I've had heated discussions. I mean, come on now. Monique's jumping up there, boycott Netflix, and everybody was like, huh? Nobody was.
No, but I mean, we listened.
Jumping up to boycott Netflix because Monique said it.
Why, Monique? Why? And we heard the reason why, and it's like, no, that's not.
Monique's argument was boycott Netflix because they won't pay me.
Right.
I have a dream.
Right.
That's what her argument was. And people were like,
no. Monique's argument was that boycott Netflix because they won't pay as much as they're paying Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. And it's like, hold up. Dave and Chris been out here still doing it.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not on that level.
I agree. I will champion Black women from now until infinity. I just
Plus,
don't
do we
want,
know what's
I just don't want I just don't want it to become that debate in a community that's already fractured. I don't want that to become another debate.
Yeah, but the only problem is when, you know, Monique or, you know, when our people cry wolf, you know, and we don't know what the, you know, we don't know. I mean, we're championing, you know, the good things that Netflix has done. So we don't know the other side of the argument, you know, the other side of the deal to say, if they came to her and say, okay, well, we can't justify 10 million right now, but what if we give you this, and if it blows up, you know, maybe we pay you a balloon payment on the back end, or we give you something on the back end, you know, but we're gonna give you this up front, and boom, if it's the shit, then hey, we got, you know, guaranteed 3 more specials for you, and boom, we're gonna, you know,
and that's the Wanda Sykes scenario.
Right.
And I was just about to say, I wish that she would have gone the Wanda Sykes route, just been like, you know what, I'm produce my own show and fuck Netflix.
But she
and I'll sell
immediately
the highest
did
bidder.
what some Black women do, and they, you know, and she got up and she was like, no, damn it, you know.
Well, I mean, he's saying what it is. He's right. That was the biggest challenge that Monique had, because there were even women comedians who were just like, "Yo, chick, you would not Dave Chappelle."
Right.
You know, that's. I mean, let's get real. That's like Mitchell Trubisky expecting to get Tom Brady money.
Right. It's like you're not even Tiffany Haddish right now. Tiffany Haddish is out there hustling for hers.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Like Tiffany Haddish probably would have been the most, and she has a special with Netflix. She has a special that she's doing with Netflix.
She did her stand up, and she had a special where she showcased other comedians.
Right.
Homegirl was on that show with her. Ada Rodriguez.
Put them two together. Put Tiffany against Monique.
Who?
It might have been.
Yeah, she's the real tall Hispanic chick.
The transgender. Yeah.
Oh, she isn't.
Which one are you talking about? No, there's a show where
she was on Tiffany Haddish's show.
There's a show where she has a transgender comedian.
Yeah, no, that's not it. She had a series of different comedians that she promoted. Ada was the second or third one that came up.
Blame Rodriguez is who we're talking about, DJ.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, check the Adam's apple, Tommy. Check the Adam's apple.
No, dude. I knew Ada in high school. Ada is all woman. All 6'2" of her.
Well, before we go any further down that rabbit hole.
So we're not going to even acknowledge Percy's dog, right?
No, Percy's dog is just going to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, she does whatever she wants. I'm surprised by to attack me.
That's a great segue, DJ, because Percy, we're going to finally, first of all, let's recognize that Uncle Percy is feeling much better and in good health. Thank you.
It wasn't COVID. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Good.
Well, it's not COVID.
Congratulations. Uncle Percy, your 4-man enter, 1-man leave.
Are we doing that tonight?
So to the audience out there, I send out the bullet points of what we're going to discuss every night. And I said, since Uncle Percy is back, we're going to do Uncle Percy's 4-man enter, 1-man leave. And this man just said we're doing that tonight.
Oh yeah, Shu does say that. I'm looking at it right now. 4-man enter, 1-man leave. Percy. Oh, okay. But we haven't talked about Joss. Did we talk about Joss Wheeler?
No, we go. This last segment ran long. We got plenty of time to talk about Josh because he's an idiot.
Now, we don't have to do mine.
Well, Uncle, Jesus Christ, old black man. So Uncle Percy, I am pulling up your 4-man enter, 1-man leave now because Uncle Percy had. Now you know what Uncle Percy's 4-man enter, 1-man leave it hit me because some of these shows I haven't even thought about since I hit puberty.
Don't he have Prince Planet on there?
Yeah, I can't even participate in Uncle Percy's. I knew none of those shows.
So Uncle Percy's 4-man enter, 1-man leave. This is like late 60s, early 70s TV cartoons. So you've got Prince Planet.
Yes, sir.
Battle of the Planets.
I know that one.
Star Blazers and Cowboy Bebop.
Battle of the Planets, the only thing I've ever seen. So they make it to the end for my list.
So the reason why I put that list together because anybody from Chicago knows, and DJ brought up Channel 44. Back in the day, after school, it was Prince Planet, it was Speed Racer, it was
Cargo.
Cuss Cargo. It was the early Marvel cartoons with the Submariner and Thor and Hulk and Captain America.
Yes.
So my introduction to, I guess I want to say my introduction. Oh yeah, and don't forget the old Spider-Man. Those are the best ones. The Spider-Man 60 cartoons.
Spider-Man's was
that was
those were great. Oh so, man, the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
I mean the I don't know. And my bona fides are screwed because I wish I knew who did who was the graphic artist for, because those were the best drawings of Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus, and the Sandman, and man, all of those. I mean, those were the best representations I've ever seen.
For us, we're talking about a time where, because I remember a time when TV was in black and white.
Right.
And talking about age, and talking about, I know Malik over there like, what the hell? There was no color. I remember a time.
Black people with white people? No.
There were so few outlets for us to see the kind of stuff that they have readily available now.
Right.
That, we had to, there was no streaming. So if the show was on, we had to run home from school and get in front of the TV and do whatever it is our parents told us to do before we could watch TV.
Right.
So we could get in front of the TV and watch this stuff. And it was, that's why this stuff is so embedded in our memories, because this was before VCRs. So you either saw it or you didn't.
You missed it.
So, okay. So Uncle Percy, again, we're talking about Prince Planet, Battle of the Planets.
Wait a minute, he jumped off.
He's still there. That's all I was about to say. Is he still there?
Wow, he just left. God damn.
He's like, I don't want to talk about this.
Percy, what are you doing? And you know what? He probably tried to do something fancy with his background. and his old ass.
And I'm the one drinking.
Out. Right. Oh, Percy. Okay, so DJ, it's this you and me. So what do you think would be the first one that would be knocked off this list?
Off of his list?
Yeah. We do this every week, man.
Yeah, but you're asking me which one gonna be the first one off his list.
Because we ask each other and then we'll ask him eventually if he ever comes back.
I would say off of his list, it would probably be Prince Planet, because I don't think Prince Planet has aged well.
Right.
Battle of the Planets, Cowboy Bebop, and what was the other one?
Star Blazers.
Star Blazers. Well, okay, maybe there's a toss-up with Star Blazers and Prince Planet. But I think, for Prince Planet, it hasn't aged well. For people to look back at that, it would be like, Go ahead, Percy. What's your first one?
Hold on, because I gotta get my guess.
I'm sorry.
So my guess is Prince Planet too, because number one, all those shows are black and white. All these other shows are in color, and like you said, it didn't age well. I mean, the premise was interesting. So it's all about this alien boy independent, and it had to pee and it had to fill up for him to have his energy, and then when it ran out, he reverted back. So
what does it remind you of? What does it remind you of?
Green Lantern.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
I don't realize we were trying to make that point.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize, sir.
I'm just putting it all in perspective. So what I was saying was this, Prince Planet and Battle of the Planets, and these was the first time I was introduced basically to, and especially Cowboy Bebop I was introduced to Japanese animation. Speed Racer, Quiet as Kept. That was.
And that was an anime influence without us knowing it was anime.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because it was just cartoons. We didn't know it
Yeah.
had a specific name or specific. So anyway, so Uncle Percy, of those four, which is the first one off the island?
Whew.
While he's thinking, just a aside, did you see that the tennis champion, she's got a manga character now?
Oh, the young lady.
Osaka.
Yep.
Yeah.
Osaka, yeah.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
As much as I want to say, I got to go with Star Blazers. That's my first.
Really?
I knew it was one or the other.
Star Blazers.
Why?
Star Blazers to me, because it was interesting. The first season was interesting, but when it went into the second and third season, it was like a soap opera. I wasn't into all that when I
James brought out Kimba the White Lion.
It was just a soap opera after that.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, that kills me because for me, I would say Star Blazers would be the next one off the list, just because, again, that's older and it doesn't carry over well.
Storyline wise and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But the graphics were pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like early heavy. It reminds me of Heavy Metal.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Percy, what's the next one off?
I got to go with Prince Planet, and the only reason why, because actually Prince Planet is my favorite show. But what you guys were just saying, it didn't keep up with the times, and I was just watching on YouTube. I'm sitting there like, I actually watched this. I actually was walking around with a medallion with a big medium, walking around going, pow, pee, pow.
I gotta YouTube it just to see what it is.
I used to walk around. My father used to nuts. Running around the house going,
That is the best thing I've heard all day.
Bro, that's the best. I'm telling you, because it was Prince Planet. Because they was trying to combine. They were trying to make Prince Planet like Astro Boy, but it was two.
Yeah, exactly.
It was two different shows.
Yeah.
But Astro Boy was an android, and his Prince Planet, which basically was the background for Green Lantern. But seriously, I used to walk around. I had a medallion. I had the outfit. One Halloween.
Roy, are you recording this, man? Can we get a copy? Can we get a copy?
The big
For the rest of the week, the only thing ringing through to my head will be beep pow, beep pow,
pow, beep pow. You got hold medallion. Beep pow.
You got to put that into the commercials for the show, bro.
That is fantastic. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Hey, John,
oh my God.
If you recognize this reference, you might be a grumpy old nerd.
That was our childhood. Even in
Percy, you are the best, man.
That was just our childhood.
Percy doesn't say a lot, but when he does say something, I need to know it, man. That is beep pow. Yes. That is what I need. I'm gonna have a T-shirt made that says "Beep Pow."
Yeah.
There you go.
No, they have one. They have one on.
Of course they do.
I have to have it.
Of course
I have
to have it.
They have a Prince Planet. They have a Prince Planet T-shirt, and he's flying or he's leaping, and it says "People Pow" at the top.
Wow. Wow.
As soon as this show is over, I'll be on Amazon. So
Oh my
okay.
God.
So I would say now we're between Cowboy Bebop and Battle of the Planets. So the history of Battle of the Planets for us is long and arduous because the original series was called Gotcha Man in whatever Asian country it originated from.
Yeah.
The dubbing, Gotcha Man. That's why they had G's on their belts.
Right.
It's GATCHA. Not like gotcha, man.
And, yeah. And there was. Did you all know there was actually a live action movie of Godzilla?
Yeah. It was.
And it looked. I can't find anywhere where I can see the whole thing, but I've seen clips, and it looks.
Oh, wait a minute, but it was G-Force, right?
Right.
They called it G-Force.
G-Force was the secondary name.
They called it
G-Force. Yeah.
But there are so many copyright infringements and so many different ways, because when you think about it, that was the original Power Rangers.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Well, not just the Power Rangers. I always felt like Battle of the Planets spawned a lot of the other stuff, like the giant robot, like Voltrons,
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because it was a winning thing. You have 5 different individuals with 5 different physical features, and each wanted 5 different color schemes, and
it
they
was
came together.
it was younger, older, you know.
Yeah,
all teenagers,
right? With one girl and one little kid, and it was. I mean that was quite honestly one of my favorites. Now, Cowboy Bebop, I don't know that much about. I do know that they're making a live action. Netflix is actually making a live action version with John Cho as the lead, which I think is actually pretty spectacular.
Cowboy Bebop is like the Pulp Fiction of anime.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
It's like it's cool.
Cowboy Bebop comes on Cartoon Network. It comes on. It was part of the Toonami.
Comes on HBO Max.
Yeah, it comes on HBO Max.
Is it on HBO Max?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
HBO Max has Cartoon Networks, Adult Swim, all of that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It started off as part of Adult Swim.
Uh-huh.
It used to come on late, and then I take it back. Start off on Toonami on Saturday nights.
Right.
And then it got a huge. Everybody just started watching it, and then it charted to. They just whenever they feel like putting it out there, because they actually got a movie. You have to watch the movie. You ever watch the Cowboy Bebop movie? It's actually real good. It's real good.
Okay, so Uncle Percy, which one you got? Which one is your number 2? Which one is your number 1?
Oh man, you're making this hard. I used to be in school. I'm about to get myself in trouble again.
Please give us another nugget of comedy gold. Please.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
So
it's your night. It's your night, Percy.
Remember those big pens we used to have in school?
Yes.
With the blue.
Yes.
I used to sit in the classroom and separate the top like it was Mark's plane, and we fly. Dude, I mean, it was G-Force. I was all in it.
G-Force, baby. G-Force.
I gotta, because Cowboy Bebop is what I watch now.
Right.
Now we're talking about back in the day. Then I gotta say Cowboy Bebop is 2 and Battle of the Planets is number 1 for me.
Wow. That's solid.
Yeah.
G-Force, I mean, G-Force and Battle of the Planets, first of all, that ship, I mean, not just the crew, but the ship was a character. The Phoenix, oh my God. That was phenomenal.
And the transgendered supervillain?
Yeah, I'll be like this. Mark separated his plane.
What?
The transgender supervillain. Because what's the supervillain's name in Battle of the Planets?
I see his face.
Yeah.
Not quick.
But he was transgender.
Right.
He was transgender before it was a thing. This was like the 60s.
Yeah.
And you know that. Yeah.
Zoltar,
right. Well,
Zoltar.
Because you never knew if he was a man or a woman.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, is that transgender or asexual?
Wow.
Please educate me in my LGBT.
Because that's like that from Saturday Night Live.
Plus.
You know what? Stop right there.
You know y'all remember Pat. Come on. Oh, and then what was it? The ambiguously gay superhero.
Ambiguously gay duo.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
Which is funny to this day.
Right.
Which is funny to this day.
That should have been in your top 4. What are you guys laughing at? Why you guys staring?
Before we go any further,
I haven't heard you guys. I haven't heard what you guys were. What's your top?
I'm not as hip to Cowboy Bebop. I think it's cool, but I mean, when you talk about the birth of cool, like you said, the birth of the planets, G-Force was a precursor to so much, and like when you're in school and you got your little notebook paper and you're drawing the coolest car you can draw, the coolest plane or whatever. The Phoenix was the shit.
Now you want to talk about cool? Casey Kasem was the voice of Mark.
Right. Casey Kasem was the voice of everybody.
Right. Casey Kasem had the voice.
Yeah. And
before BET's dude came along, with the light eyes and shit.
Honey Simpson. God stood up here like, who?
Yeah, I was like, huh? What? So, but yeah, Percy, Cowboy Bebop, I'm not as well versed, although now that I know it's on HBO Max, I will go and watch that tonight. But Battle of the Planets for me was like the epitome of those cartoons when I was a kid. Battle of the Planets was just it. And one night I fell down the rabbit hole and watched a documentary on YouTube about just the different battles that they had and why there'll never be any kind of DVD box set of that entire series and how long it actually ran and the different variations that American TV tried to do and failed miserably because it just was a bad example of what they had done before.
Yep.
So yeah, Battle of the Planets holds a very special place in my heart. But we are coming up on the end of our time. And yes, DJ, I have to go pick my daughter up tonight. I actually will call her and tell her I'm going to be late. So, Uncle Percy, what you pushing today? What you putting out there?
Pee-pa-pow! There you go.
I am going to be thinking about that all night.
Here's the funniest part, though. Malik is sitting on the floor like, why are these old men laughing?
Right. He's like, this is stupid. Malik is just like,
it's so funny.
You all are idiots.
Oh, my God.
Malik is just like, this is just stupid. You all are way too old to be giggling about this stuff.
Or it could be like from Battle of Planets. What's his name? What was the youngest member?
Yeah.
John? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta watch Roy, I know you're looking crazy, but you gotta watch the show. It's just
Oh no, I watched Battle of the Planets.
Okay.
I thought his name was Pip. That's what I was saying.
Was it Pip?
No, it was Keop.
Oh, Keop.
I remember that.
Yeah, Keop.
Mark, Jason, Princess, Keop. I forget the fat one's name.
And Princess and
what was Hefty's name?
Tiny.
Hefty.
It was Tiny.
Tiny.
Hefty.
The funniest thing, what's called Voltron was a direct ripoff of Battle of the Planet.
Absolutely.
The Voltron was a shit.
It was the best one out of all, but it was a direct ripoff. I mean, like literally down. That's where Pip was from Voltron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly why I thought that. Yeah.
Okay. DJ, what you selling today?
Bears, Super Bowl champs.
Okay. If I could mute your mic, I would.
But see, no, John, I think the biggest thing about that is everybody else was sitting there with the same look on their face, like,
come on, man. And I'm a Bears fan, but don't do that. That's just pitiful. Uncle Roy, what you selling today?
Nothing, man.
What about what's behind you?
Yeah, it's advertising.
Wait a minute. How are you not selling anything?
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, it's just advertising.
Big Brother Almighty.
Not tonight, man. I just wanted to be on the show and enjoy the show.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. We appreciate your involvement tonight because you made it that much better because some of the stuff I ain't know shit about.
Yeah, and we got Nicole. So yeah, we actually do need to do a Star Wars. Like we need to do a Star Wars heavy thing. And I got Malik back. we can get into the Mandalorian, because I had to school somebody about the whole thing. They were thinking that the Mandalorian was after the rise of after number 9. I'm like, dude,
Wow.
you're like way off. I'm like, they're resetting the universe.
Yeah,
like that is.
But I say that they should have done the Mandalorian after 9, because now you're trying to pigeonhole stuff into. Let me finish.
No, Baby Yoda.
You got a pigeonhole. First of all, his name ain't Yoda.
It's Gorgon.
It's Gorgonzola or something like that. He's not a Baby Yoda.
Okay, Chef Aquarius.
Whatever. He's not a Baby Yoda. And we'll talk about, next week, Nicole, next week will be our Star Wars heavy day, because I'm going to tell you the reasons why I think I do enjoy the Mandalorian, but I don't think it's as good as other people say it is.
I do, because they're resetting, they're getting rid of that garbage. They are wiping away that trash that was 7, 8, and 9, and they're going to start over.
If there was trash, they should have thrown away 1, 2, and 3. No. If you're gonna throw away trash, take out the real trash.
But you know what?
Take out the real trash.
Here's the difference.
Just take out 1, 2, and 3 will work. Just take out 1.
Well, actually, here's what I would say with that. The difference is they've already fixed most of the issues that they had with 1, 2, and 3. That's the non-canon stuff that everybody's talking about. All the cartoons, all of those things fill in the spaces in between as far as what happened. So that's one of the reasons that I can deal with it, because they brought in the other people. They brought in Vader actually hunting down other Jedis after the ones who were supposedly, being killed. Did they have some major holes? Yeah, they did. But there was stuff, like I said, that you could fill in. You'd still see the pothole, but, they at least tried to fill it in. 7, 8, and 9, that was horrible. They completely ruined everything.
Tune in next week when we will have our special Star Wars edition of Grumpy Old Nerds, where Roy can try and explain away all the nonsense that's happening in the Star Wars universe as of today. So, once again, if you rock with us from the beginning, thank you so very much. We love you. Thank you. Please continue to come back. Those of you who are new, hope you enjoyed yourself. And Percy with his pee-pee-pa-pow!
All together now. Pee-pee-pa-pow!
I gotta look that up.
And continue to rock with us. For Uncle Roy, Uncle DJ, Uncle Percy, and Young Thundercat Malik, thank you. Good night. Peace and blessings. We'll holler at you next week.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork,